Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dan Rather, and I'm joined by Modest Mouse.
Hi.
Do you know Modest Mouse is going on tour this summer? And I really want to see them.
Oh my God.
But they're not coming to the West Coast.
Oh, well, do you think they'll send us some merch? Because I would really love a shirt that says that.
Modest Mouse, will you send us some merch? We should just go buy some merch. And
they were just here in the fall. I saw them.
Oh.
They were here in the fall?
Yep. They did a Good News tour.
They're doing a southern tour. I saw Asheville's on the list. So maybe while I'm in Nashville, I can go see them somewhere. Anyways, that's not who our guest is. It's not Modest Mouse. I do love Modest Mouse. Our guest is Nikki Glaser. This couldn't have been more fun. I am so delighted that we decided to explore
our history.
It was so fun. I really, really, really like her. She's a stand-up comedian, an actor, and a television host. Her credits include Nikki Glaser's Someday You'll Die, great stand-up routine, F-Boy Island, Welcome Home, Nikki Glaser, Not Safe with Nikki Glaser, Bangin', and her tour. You can go see her right now live. She is coming by you. I've looked at the list. She's going everywhere. It's a huge tour. It's called Alive and Unwell Tour. Go to nikkiglaser.com for tickets.
And she hosted the Golden Globes.
G Squared. Big event.
Right.
Please enjoy Nikki Glaser.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Like in the hours and days before a podcast like this, I'm like, oh, people are just like having to study me right now.
Yeah, does it make you nervous?
No, it makes me feel bad because I have imposter syndrome that I'm like not good. And I'm like, he's going to know that I'm not good now.
Yeah.
If he pays too much attention, he's going to figure out that I'm a fraud.
Between the lines.
Yes. If you just look at the things that are posted, you're like, oh, she's talented. But if you like get into it, you might like.
Let me ask you just a baseline. How nervous do you get for things?
Like this?
Yeah. Well, obviously you're brave as fuck. You go on stage in front of, but like when you go to Stern, and I'm not comparing myself to that, just like what's the nerves out of 10 for Stern?
Well, I kind of set things up so that I can't be because I'm so worried about the roast or I'm so worried about the Globes that it's almost like, oh, I have to do Stern too. So it kind of takes away from that. I set things up that way.
Right. Like you don't even have an opportunity to spin out about it because it's just too much shit's in front of you.
I love when things happen like that, like last minute, or they kind of just are thrust upon you. And I don't like to have a lot of time to think about things. Because when I do, I freak out. So everything in my life is 5 minutes before every appointment.
Right.
No space. Everything is stacked. You know, my assistant will be like, do you want like 30 minutes between that? I go, for what? To think about what I've just done?
Yeah, exactly.
To think about what to fail? Yes, just do so. No, everything's stacked.
The first time I did Stern, I laid in bed that night anticipating every single conceivable question.
Whoa.
And then planning what my response would be.
That's good, I think.
I mean, it was in some way because I went in knowing, okay, I've slept with some famous women.
Yeah.
I know he's going to want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I have to have a game plan for that. I'm obviously not going to talk about it, but I don't want to piss him off or disappoint the audience.
Yeah, you want to be a fun guest.
Yes. So what worked was I was like, I'm going to pivot to addiction every time because I know he also loves that.
Yes.
And I'm happy to give him that.
Yeah.
And that's just me.
It's like either talk about anal or your addictions and your neuroses. Like,
Lose virginity.
Which are all the same thing, really.
Yeah, truly.
They can be.
Yeah, they really are. They're connected.
Yeah, they're all connected.
They are.
Absolutely. I tend to under-prepare so that when it goes poorly, I have an excuse
Built
of why
in.
it did.
Yeah, I woke up at 3.
Yeah,
Was up all
I didn't have
night.
time. I think that's also why I stack my life, is so that I don't have time to prepare, so I always have an excuse for when I'm not good.
Yeah, you have some kind of plausible deniability of response.
But it never goes poorly if I plan. Planning does work. It's like I should just do that.
Do you do what I do, which is, and we'll go right to it. When I had heard, did you hear us talking about the Golden Globes thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like to hear people talking about me, so I
Yes.
did not listen, but I heard it was talked about.
But almost you have to because people never relay it the same. I'll hear like so-and-so was shit talking you, and then I listen to it. I'm like, that's not really what happened.
No, you always have to, you should listen back.
So my experience was bumping into Jesse Eisenberg. Him telling me, did you hear we were in the New York Times yesterday? And I'm like, no, I didn't know we were in the New York Times. And he said, yes, apparently Nikki had written 2 jokes that were too hot for TV. And it was in the New York Times. So I returned to my seat before the monologue starts, and I'm thinking, she's going to fuck me up hardcore. I'm sure the version she backed off of is still going to destroy my feelings. So hold on. This is not to make you feel guilty, because
I hate that you were like bracing for impact.
It was more like I have to have a response.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't make me look like an asshole.
Yeah.
I've got to somehow find the humor in whatever mean thing she says about me.
Gracious loser face, they call it.
Yeah, graciously. So I'm like almost practicing. I mean,
oh God.
Suffice to say, the whole monologue, I was just, every time it wasn't about me, I was like, oh, good. Okay, whew. So nothing happened.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, phew, nothing happened. And then, of course, reality hits you and you're like, of course nothing happened. There's so many bigger people in this room to make a joke about. Why on earth would she even make one about me?
That's not why I didn't.
Okay. All to say, you do Stern the following day.
Yeah.
And then I start seeing in the comments of our episode that day, like, did you hear Nikki's joke about you? And I wrote to several people, no, and I hope to never hear it.
Yeah.
But you must know what I then crafted in my head that your joke was, they were so fucking mean.
Oh, no.
And they hurt so bad because they were my deepest insecurities. And 3 days goes by and Kristen finally went and listened, and she came in, she goes, the joke's nothing. It's that you were going to ask everyone to be on your podcast. And I was like, oh my God, where my mind was at for none of this is to make you feel bad.
This is the worst part of my job is that I make people feel this way.
I want to hear about that.
None of that is to make you feel bad at all.
No, I'm not taking it like that.
Okay, good. This is all the racket in my head.
Sure.
And so when I'm about to do Stern, I'm also preparing for things he's not going to say to me.
Yes.
Because no one is as mean to me as me.
No one is. It's sometimes.
Okay, the internet exists.
I will say that sometimes I've done a roast and they'll find something about me that I'm like, oh, I thought that was just a me thing. That none of my friends, like I say to my friends and they go, no one else sees that about you. And then it'll like, someone else has seen it. And so sometimes it can hurt a lot, but generally I've bullied myself more than anyone possibly could. So, but you're right. But that joke, the reason I didn't do it, the joke was everyone from TV and movies come together for one common goal, to get out of here without Dax Shepard asking them to do to do their podcast.
It's a great joke.
Okay. First of all, it doesn't work because everyone does want to do your podcast. So it didn't already work like that. Like I was testing it out around town, and because you're not known as a podcast that's like, oh, I got to go do this. It's funny because your name is great.
Yes.
And it's like, it adds a good joke texture.
Sure.
It sounds like a vape company.
It's got a good mouth feel.
What'd you say? It sounds like a vape company.
Yes, it sounds like a brand of vape. We were really trying to rack our brains of like, who's a celebrity in that room who people are trying to like avoid a conversation with. And I don't even think we like landed on it.
When I heard that was the joke, it didn't bother me at all because I don't
You don't feel that way.
It's actually it's a shortcoming of mine that I won't invite anyone on, right? Because I'm so afraid they think I'm opportunistic. And then secondly, several people there had come up to me very nicely and said, I just want you to know that was one of my favorite interviews. So my self-esteem in that category was so filled.
Yes.
That it didn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
But when it was going to be that I was too ugly to be with her and I'm riding her coattails and all these fears I have that people think about me. Yeah.
Whoa, you're
I'm
so
preparing for that.
You're so off on that.
In my defense, there were many, many like BuzzFeedy type things of like top 10 ugly guys with hot girls. And I made those lists.
Why is that okay?
Years.
Why is that okay?
Yeah. So I just went to, well, that's
so
probably
sorry.
what's coming my way.
Yeah.
No, you don't owe me an apology because you didn't do the things I was
sorry that you gotta deal with that shit. Like there's nothing worse than feeling ugly, and I feel ugly a lot too. But for me to hear you say you feel ugly is probably the way that people feel when I say it, because I know I'm not like a total dog. Like,
neither of us are monsters.
But we're allowed to still feel like we can't help that we feel that way. Because to me, I'm like, how could he feel ugly? But it's like, I don't get to tell you don't get to feel ugly because that's your own feeling. I wouldn't make an ugly joke about someone that was actually ugly.
Right,
I feel like is the thing. But you don't realize that people who aren't ugly feel ugly. So when you make the joke that you go, I only said you were fat because you're not, or whatever it is. Like, but everyone feels these things that anyone else would say you no way you are.
Well, the two things I hope that got to you were, I thought you did a brilliant job.
Thanks.
You did such a good job, and your jokes were so fucking
even though you were
good.
probably blacked out during the whole thing, just waiting.
Well, it was like waves of relief, and then. Yeah.
I know that feeling of like, they're gonna say something about me and just waiting. You can't like even hear. You're just kind of like,
Yeah, I'm even self-conscious that when they go to her for her category, I'm just kind of on the side. I'm like, this is such a rough look for me to just kind of be half in or out of the frame.
Yeah, what's
Yeah, I'm like, should I bail out or should I commit fully? We're here together.
Yeah.
I don't belong there. You know, all these thoughts.
Feeling like you don't belong there when you're a +1. Even if it's your wife who's like,
Yes.
you just still.
I can't accomplish enough to not feel that way.
100%. I was at the Grammys last night and I felt that way.
I wanted to
You
ask.
had a whole bit there, though. You got to rip off Benson Boone's clothes. That was great.
But I almost wondered if you're relieved of it there because, like, I feel like I could go to the Grammys and be fine. It's like, I don't belong there.
Yeah.
It's the I almost belong there or do I don't? It's trying to.
I could belong here, but I wasn't really invited.
Sometimes I did belong here, but I don't think anymore.
I was hosting the Golden Globes and was like, I'm a fraud. I don't belong here. I'm embarrassed. These people even have to listen to me. Like, these are all A-listers. Like, now, Ray Feinnes has to know my name. Like, he has to, like, now my name is taking space up in Ray Feinnes' brain. Angelina Jolie had to, like, sit there and, like, listen to me for 9 minutes. Like, when you start thinking about things like that, you're like, who am I to beg for these people's attention? Even backstage, like after I perform, I never really want to see the crowd because I feel like they will feel like they have to say good job if they don't want to. And then if they don't say good job, I'm like, what the fuck?
You actually get great at delineating the difference between an obligatory good job and the real one.
Oh, yeah.
And now your standard of what a real one is becomes preposterous.
Yes. And there's almost like nothing good enough that anyone can say.
I want to send you at some point, someone sent me, it's great. It's from Garrison Keillor. And he talks about his faux humility and what a ruse it is. Because not only does he want people to talk about him and think about him, but he actually wants them to kneel and pray to him as a sun god. That's really what his ego desires. You just either need to be a sun god or not even play the game.
Nothing. I was backstage.
God or bust.
Please send that to me because it's so nice when you find that other people feel these exact same things that you feel so ridiculous feeling.
grody.
I was backstage and, the next presenter would be backstage as well. And I would, Nicolas Cage or Harrison Ford, and I would stand at the bottom. They're like, you need to go up the steps. You're introducing them. And I go, I just want to stay down here because I don't want them to have to go, oh, yeah, good job. Like, they can't say nothing. They're going to feel obligated to say something. Like, even when I'm on stage, I won't look people in the eye because I feel like when you do, they have to go, ha, ha, ha. I don't want to, coerce someone into saying good job. I want them to have to go out of their way.
Yeah.
Or because they want to.
I'm doing all those tabulations too. How exhausting. Oh. You were going to say something. I don't want to.
Yes, I wanted to add some spice. So I, of course, got so many texts and it was like, oh, did you see Stern? I was like, whoa, God, I really hope he didn't see it. And I went to watch it. Also, Dax is obsessed with Stern. Like, Stern is his idol.
Yes. Okay. I didn't realize that. Yes.
Which, of course, no, it wasn't. Again, I too was like, I went to watch and I was like, oh, this is fine. But then I was annoyed because I was like, he actually doesn't do this, and now he's going to do it even less, and I need him to do it.
Exactly.
And I DM'd her, and I was like, hey, we really want to have you on. Also, Dax isn't the one asking people, it's me. Can you come on?
That's why the joke didn't work. I got the sense that that's not how you operate at all.
No,
and why don't you operate that way? Why wouldn't everyone want to do that? I mean, this is one of the biggest things you can be on. Do you not realize that, or do you just still feel like, deep. Despite it, they still don't want to?
It's my foundation. So it's like single mother, 3 kids. Everyone needs something. She doesn't have enough time. The way you showed people you love them is to never, ever, ever be a drain on them in any way whatsoever. The way you would show love is to be completely self-sufficient and never need anything from you. This is a big issue in my marriage, which is she likes acts of service. And I'm like, me wanting you to do something for me, to me reads as like, I don't even love you or value you because I'm going to make you do my bit. So I don't want to be a pain in the ass to anybody.
Right.
To a fault. Me needing things from you and favors.
Which everyone
there's no way
needs,
you would like me.
Everyone needs people, you guys.
Yes.
Everyone needs
Or do
favors
they?
and everyone.
And people like being asked
Yes.
for things.
I like being asked.
Yeah, I do too.
It's
So why do we think people
I know.
are different than us?
Listen, I don't want to pretend that I've made no movement on this. I have. But it started in a personal capacity where it's like where I'm really spinning out about something. I'm just now learning to reach out to someone who's been through this and say like, hey, I'm going through this. What was your experience?
Oh,
like that's just
people love that.
Yes.
People
Because
love
everyone
it. I love it
wants
too. Yes.
the
When I say
sun
people, I
god.
mean me. me. Yeah.
Everyone wants to be the sun god that people are
Yes,
asking
they really do.
advice to.
Well, last night I was at the Grammys and my boyfriend, I'm just trying to be very small. Like, I feel like I don't belong there. I don't want people even noticing me to go like, why is she here? Even though I was nominated for a Grammy. But like, I didn't win. I was so mad I didn't win only because I wanted to bring my Grammy to like hold it, to be like, I belong. I just wanted to have a reason to be there. So I was being very small. And then people were coming up to me being like, oh my God, I love, like, people I'm fans of. And my boyfriend had to talk with me after. We were like, just kind of doing a debrief afterwards. He's like, I think you have to remember that you need to go up to people next time. Like, you going up to someone will be the same gift as Olivia Rodrigo coming up to you. Like, because that was like the biggest gift of my life, was someone I admire so much coming up to me to say she was a fan. He was like, but you could go give that to people.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't think of anyone thinking of that they would want that from me.
Did you talk to Taylor?
I didn't. That's one, like Taylor, she's just, everyone wants a piece. That one, I'm just like, I will never be the one to be like, excuse me, ever. It's almost rude what I do when I'm in the same room as Taylor Swift, because I won't even look her way.
She's like tapping you on the shoulder and you're just like,
it will take that, because I just will never, and everyone goes, go up and say something to her. And so it's like, there's no way that she's dying for that on a night like this where everyone's doing it. And of course she would be so nice. I know exactly how it would go down, but I don't want to take someo's energy away that I require their energy to be put into making great music. That's why I don't want her to make a less great song, because she had to be like, oh, nice to meet you. Oh, and like hold me as I'm crying.
Give you the
we
full
don't need
Swiftie
that.
treatment.
something tells me
I can't
she has
bother
room
her.
for both.
I generally, after award shows, get pretty depressed no matter what happens, because I'm around all these famous people that I put on a pedestal, and I kind of see the facade of it all and like the desperation and like,
Everyone's the same.
They're all wearing uncomfortable clothes and have the fake hair in. And I'm like, we're all clamoring to be noticed and a little bit disappointed when we're not. And it makes me a little bit sad, because I'm like, no matter how big you get, you kind of worry about who's in the room, who's looking at you, where you're seated.
Totally.
I kind of go through a depression afterwards.
It's seeing the magic trick a bit. You realize, there isn't any pixie dust.
There is pixie dust. Like, there's magical moments where you're like, wow, that person's so talented. They're so amazing. They're like, just even watching Chappell Roan last night, Sabrina Carpenter, Ray, who had never heard of.
Yeah.
But watching her was just transcendent.
Definitely musicians when they're doing their thing. And if you were watching the people in the room act, perhaps.
Right.
Yes.
But you're just seeing them not lit and not in a riveting drama.
Yes.
And they're just people.
The reason I brought up the thing is because I wanted to do a full circle, which is, and this is important to say, because I was like a little annoyed and I was upset on your behalf and upset on my behalf, because I was like, oh, this is gonna be a problem for me. So Kristen is hosting the SAG Awards.
Oh my God, really?
Yes. And she hosted them in 2018, and that's when I was her producing partner and creative partner. And so I wrote her monologue and I did all of that stuff for her then. And so she asked me to do that this time. So I went back to look at that original monologue. I kid you not, there is a joke that is about Mark Maron.
That Monica
And
wrote.
it's that I wrote. That is, we didn't have our show yet. That is literally exact same joke. I loved that show.
Yes.
I loved that show. My jaw dropped. I had no memory of writing that joke. And also I was like, well, this joke is fine. This joke is fine. So that joke has to be fine
Oh, that
too.
makes me feel so good.
Like, it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't.
He killed his close-up. He was such a good
killed
sport.
it.
Kristen showed it to me. She's like, look at this. We did the same thing.
It's so funny.
The full
makes me
circle
so happy.
moment, I was like, I wrote this exact same joke.
It's so nice to hear that, because I think that happens all the time where people get mad about something and you've just done it before and no one will
Literally
ever
just did.
admit that they've done it before. But even when I get mad, it's everyone's such a hypocrite. Not that you were,
I know.
but it's
No,
like,
I was.
but unintentionally.
I didn't know,
Yeah.
I hope that got to you in our debrief as well, which is, as I was listening to the monologue, panicked that I was going to get made fun of, I was doing a personal inventory, and I was going, you have done this many times. Like, I have done this. I have been on Conan making fun of the cast of The Expendables because I had a movie coming out against them.
Yep.
And they're easy targets and I can do all their accents. maybe Sly was at home bummed. It's hard for me to imagine that, but maybe because again, in that situation, I'm insignificant and I'm almost speaking in a vacuum. These people won't really hear me. And then I'm like, and I was on a show called Punked where we put celebrities in very rough situations and hopefully they acted poorly. I mean, like I had no point was ever judgmental. And at no point did I act like I was above that. What I more was starting to feel was a kind of compassion for both of us.
That's really nice.
Which is like, I want to get invited to the party. And the way I got invited to the party was like, yeah, you can come to the party if you shit on all these people on Punked.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, I'll do it.
And then you get to the party and the people you shit on are there.
I know. For years, I'm bumping into Timberlake and he hates my guts. And I'm like, don't you understand, buddy? I was like dead broke and that was my only chance.
Oh my God. He places you from that.
We've had him on and we talked it all through. But I would see him for years and it's like, yeah, that guy doesn't like me and for good reason.
You forget these people have feelings. And generally the jokes I make are about, at roast, I feel like everything's on the table because they've signed up for it.
We should make a distinction because I heard you talking about it this morning.
Yeah.
And it's great. You're like, Tom Brady's getting $25 million. He has consented.
Yes.
Everyone that said yes to the Diaz, am I saying it right? Diaz?
The Diaz, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone who says yes to Cameron
Don't
Diaz.
make fun of him for saying it wrong later.
Everyone says yes
is it
to
the
her.
Diaz? And you go, yes, that's right, Diaz.
I just want to give you what you want.
Right
but
back at you.
Ultimately be honest with you. So that's gonna track throughout this episode.
We have the same approach. Yeah, but there is consent.
Yes.
And I have been invited to so many of those roasts. And I'm like, I just don't have thick enough skin.
No.
I'll just tell you, like, I can't handle it. I'm very sensitive.
Thank God. Like, I don't even think about what's going to be said about me when I say yes to the roast. Like, I put it out of my head. But even I did the Tom Brady one because it was like, Tom Brady, I got to do it. But the next roast that they threw at me, I was going to say no to because I was like, I'm too old now. Like, when I was 35, getting called old, you could kind of, it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't feel it.
Not really.
But at 40, I kind of feel it and I'm starting to see it. And I just don't want anyone pointing out something about my face or that I have to then go talk to someone about.
Yeah.
In an office and have them draw on me and stare into my eyes and
fix it.
And fix it, which I've done and I continue to do. But I just don't want anyone else notice. Like, I just don't want people to pay too close of attention. But then the Tom Brady roast, and then you go, oh, good, I'm not the most famous person here, so there won't be that many jokes about me. And that's how it ended up. But the next one, I feel like I'm a little bit more
bigger
famous.
Target.
Yeah, bigger target next time. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be someone really, really good for me to do it again. It hurts a lot. Like
It does, right? I'm one of the
happy.
only people who didn't watch the Tom Brady roast because I can't even enjoy watching it. I just think of myself hearing that, and I'm very sensitive. Embarrassingly so.
I don't read any comments about myself. I've been sober from comments, which I think should be a thing.
Yeah.
Like, not the general public, because I don't think the general public has too many like trolls in their comments. But if you're a celebrity or a person,
you probably know your troll if you're a civilian and someone's saying you probably work with that person.
You should have blocked your boyfriend's ex-girlfriend ages ago. That's just a simple block. But yeah, I can post things now and not worry and not like go back. How many likes does it have? Because I just go, it's none of your business anymore, and you don't get to read anything because I can't handle it. It will destroy me.
You almost need to be insecure to be funny in this way. In that, the jock at my school never had a good burn on anybody.
You
And the prom queen didn't. Not only did he not need it, he honestly couldn't empathize enough. He couldn't see other insecurities because he didn't have any.
Yes.
You have to have them to be able to spot them in other people.
Yes, that's so it. I mean, that's really like when I write roast, I'm like, what would I want not said about me, and how do I say that about someone else?
Yes.
Like, how do I find the thing about this person that they look in the mirror and hate about themselves?
Yes.
Like, it's a horrible way to think, but I'm able to go there because I go there for myself.
Yes, and you can smell it, and your brain is really well tuned to it because you're constantly evaluating yourself.
Yeah.
And even we had Vince Vaughn on. He was saying, like, at a certain age, he realized he had to stop burning people because it was the kind of burns that would ruin them for 2 years.
Oh God!
It's like, well, yeah, he just could
Yes.
see it because he had them.
I don't burn people unless I'm hired to do it. Even the Golden Globes wasn't like a burn fest like that because those people weren't signing up for a roast. So it was like very gentle. I think the worst thing I said was to Benny Blanco saying
That was the only,
but I
single
got
one
his
I didn't
permission.
like. You did.
I wrote to Eric Andre, who I heard knows him, and he put us on a text chat together. I sent him a voice memo of the joke.
Yes.
And he said, let me run it. I'm cool with it. Let me run it by Selena. And so I got permission. But I would never have done that joke. For people wondering, I said, Selena Gomez is here with Benny Blanco, her new fiance, and Benny Blanco is here because of the genie who granted him that wish. That was the mean one.
That was probably the only one.
I love
thought
that you
did a
got
great
permission.
job.
I did not know that.
I
That's
would not
awesome.
have done, that one. I would have done that on a roast if he was like on the
Signed
dais.
up. Yep.
Like we could have gone back at each other. He's just sitting there. He can't like heckle me back. Like he knows the rules. So I just felt like that was one. And I got, Kimmel actually gave me advice saying like, hey, reach out to people if you have a joke that you're a little bit worried about, because I just wouldn't have done it otherwise. There's no way I would have like risked them making just making him feel uncomfortable. And I did, even when I told him the joke, you kind of feel like, oh, but I presented it like, by the way, I think you're awesome. I think you're hot. Like I'm talking about a thing that I think you are aware of, that I think you've even partaken in, like in I've heard him in podcasts talk about him being like him with Selena. I think Santino went hard on him once. And so I'm like, maybe. So I think he was already aware. So I was a little bit nervous to even tell him it. But I did preface it. It came from, if I would have not liked him and really felt that way, I don't think I would have been able to say it. But I think she scored with him, to be honest with you. I was like, that's how I felt.
Yes.
Like I felt like it was a mutual thing. So
Yeah.
it came from a good place. But people show up at my shows like wanting to be roasted. Like I don't really like roasting people on the fly. It doesn't just come out of me. I don't just come at people without a reason to do it. But I think that's not just because I don't want to hurt them. That's obviously a part of it. But I just don't want them to retaliate. Like I feel like I grew up, like I was quiet in high school.
If you don't want to get stabbed, don't start a knife fight.
Yeah.
Well, you were
people-
picking
yeah.
Nikki in 6th grade.
Thank you. Yes.
Nikki was picking her nose in 6th grade.
Yeah, and I got busted. Like a girl saw me and was like, "Why don't you stop picking your nose?" Like, where they're just like, you could tell it was bothering her, and then she's like, "Ah!"
She
and
snapped.
screams it. And so there were a lot of moments like that in school where I would like be quietly doing something disgusting, and then like it would just annoy someone enough that they would go like I was taking pencils from this kid. I would always never had my school supplies, not because my parents didn't provide it, but because I was just ADD or whatever. So I was always borrowing pencils and paper from my friend Ray. And it got to the point where I was like, he would always give it to me every single day. He never didn't. And it was almost like I was annoying him. So one day I just like took it. And I remember he saw me because I was like, you're going to give it to me. And he was like, why don't you get your own pencil, you buck-toothed beaver? Go in the woods and gnaw down a tree. And I was like,
my God.
and I had really messed up. My teeth were going out like hard. And the whole class heard, everyone, even my like teacher laughed. And I remember saying like,
Oh no, your teacher,
That's
she
cool.
validated how good
I was like, but I still need lead. Like I found some kind of inaccuracy in the joke. I was like, it's a false premise because pencils are more than just wood. Anyway, and then I just learned like just be invisible because people will call out why you're ugly. And so I was quiet. This was 5th grade and like 7th grade. And then by the time I got to high school, I was invisible because I just didn't want the boys making a joke about me.
What were your other things?
It was teeth that it continues. Like I still have like just see weird things with them.
You have perfect teeth. Are they veneers, man?
No, but I do a thing and I recommend, please, everyone listening, don't get veneers.
Yeah.
Please, God, like I can't tell this enough. Like my friends who have done it regret it. If there is an apocalypse or something, your teeth will fall out and you will have nubs and you will have no one to fix
Shark
them.
teeth.
The
You will have
nubs are
the nubs
freaky
are
as fuck.
disturbing. They fall out. A lot of people are doing it and getting like approved to do it way too soon. They're not trained
Do you know
properly.
Monica was on the
painful.
verge of getting them, and it was like our biggest battle. So I was like,
so
Monica,
glad
your
you
teeth
did
are
it.
fucking
Do it.
perfect.
Dude, Monica, if you want to fix anything with your teeth, the thing to do is you get what's it called?
Bonding?
Bonding. So the thing that they put on your teeth when you have like, so I just went to because I had like a chip on this tooth and I was like, can you just like fix that? They filled it in with a tooth colored thing and I was like, well, this tooth is kind of like too far back. Can you just like put tooth on top of it? And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, did I just make something up? Because I was gonna have that
invented
tooth
it.
removed and a new one in. I just put this one's really a lot further back than this one, and this one was bucking out. So this one is still far back, but I just put tooth on top of it to make it even with the front one.
I wonder if they could build out this leaner
build it up. Just put composite on. It falls off every month or so, but you get it for that. Okay. It's like an $80 copay. It's way cheaper than veneers.
Every
This is,
month.
I have had
Painful.
bonding, but it falls out. And
It
keeps
falls out.
falling
It does.
My
But
dentist
it's
is
like-
currently trying to talk me into doing some fix-ups on the bottom here. And, I was like, and then he put the
bottom.
temporary one on there and he showed me the mirror. I was like, oh, wow.
I
that
don't
does
care
look
about
a
the
lot better.
bottom.
Yeah, the bottoms, I'm just like,
No, we don't have time for that.
The fact that-
Yeah, that's why I don't mind that
Yeah,
one.
so teeth, an issue for sure.
Okay.
Like having a tall forehead. Like one time a guy that liked me and I didn't like him back was just like, I just noticed like your forehead goes on like for a really long time. Like you have like a really, and so that stuck with me. And then I started seeing it, didn't notice it before. Also hair falling out. Like,
it was falling out.
dude, well, I lost a lot. I was anorexic when I was 18. So a lot of it fell out then. And then since then, like if a hair just gets like caught on something and pulls out like in a clip, I feel it all day long. It's an OCD thing where I'll like feel the little spot and I look at the hair and I'm like, you weren't ready. And I see I go like, this hair's been with me through so much. Like this was when I did the roast, like all my career moments. And I just go like, I can't believe it's
the
just
rings of a
gone
tree.
now. And it's going to take so long to grow that all back.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
So like everyone who does my hair knows that if I go, they're like, they just stop. Like it can be, I've gotten better about it because it's an irrational fear and losing one. And I often have my friends like send me like, how much hair do you pull out in the shower? Will you just send me a picture? Like I need verification. Because it only pops up, by the way, when I'm stressed out about something. It has nothing to do with the hair. So,
You're looking at a haircut that is 2 days old that I gave to
really good.
myself.
what? Really?
Yeah, I cut my own hair, but it generally starts in periods of anxiety, which I've been having.
Yeah.
So I started trimming. You saw the progression. Anyone watching would see the
It's
progression of
obviously a
like
tick.
my
It's
so hard
anxiety.
to
It's a
do.
total tick.
Yeah.
Until finally Sunday, I'm like, we're shaving the sides and we're going to do
Will you do my boyfriend's? That's a really good cut. I love that
Thank
cut.
you.
I
He is
was
good at
giving
literally-
haircuts.
I should have said it. Damn it. I was literally going to take a picture of you later to show. Because you
Bring
have
him over.
It's good. Yeah, the hair thing, crazy.
I'll
and then
send
like,
you a picture of my hair wall. I do a hair wall.
you have such so much.
you
You're
can
allowed. I would
afford-
never. If you were my friend, I would never ask to see your hair wall because I can't compare it. Because you're allowed to
Okay.
lose bunches and bunches
I do.
of hair.
I lose so much hair, but you're right. It's not.
Not to take anything from you, like you can feel bad about losing hair too, but you don't deserve to. And
thank
I
you,
won't
thank you.
hear
I'll
from
take-
you
I'll
about
It's
it.
going to be hard to feel bad.
I won't be sending you my hair wall.
That's a bitch to blow dry, right? Like, does it take forever?
The only time I ever blow dry it is if I'm getting it done. Like,
And
glam.
you don't have to because
I
it's
air
like
dry
it air dries like glossy and
So much
like
volume.
So good.
yeah, it's
Anyone that's
really,
been hired by Herbal Essence to be a mermaid in a commercial for your hair,
yes,
that's the stamp of approval for
It's-
life.
Oh my god,
I didn't mean
it's-
to. I didn't mean to turn this
No,
into
you know what?
compliment
You're allowed
city.
to have something that is just
Yeah.
fucking perfect.
It's the only. Okay, here, speaking of insecurities, it is the only thing I
Hold
am
on.
secure about.
Hold on.
We're
Physically.
all allowed to have one.
One?
Yes,
Okay.
I know you want me to say I love my boobs.
I was gonna. I looked down. I hadn't noticed yet, but I was like, I think I
My
can
wife
think
has
of
given
three
her
things.
many pieces of artwork that say I have perfect tits and great opinions.
Yeah.
So when people are buying you those kinds of paintings, I
Yes,
think you could
She
have
did
two.
also
Listen.
once say, she said, Monica doesn't get naked very much, but one time I was with her and she was changing and she took her bra off and her boobs went up.
Oh my god, Chris is so funny.
She is.
Great tits over there, but you're not like proud of those,
Well,
or you just don't want
I'm
to say
proud of them when I'm naked, but
Got
I
it.
don't love it in clothes.
Got it. Yes.
So then that-
I'll agree with you. Like when I
Yeah.
have a bra that gives me makes me look more stacked, I feel a little bit chunkier.
Exactly. Like it does, it like distorts your body.
It does. It
So
definitely
I
does.
don't
But
love
okay, I hear that. And then just body, just
Yeah.
just my legs, skin. This week it's my leg skin. I saw some pictures from my tour that were backstage and like caught like my legs. There's a crepiness starting, and just like
Crepey?
yeah.
What is crepey?
Like just like an old like circus tent like that's been weathered. Like it's
Okay.
just the top layer is kind of, it's okay. It's like it has to happen. People can't lie to me and say it's not. Like my girls chat is like, it's not. I don't see it. And I go, look, and I give evidence.
We would say in the automotive world, if the paint is kind of orange peely.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about? Like there's
like-
a tech you're getting.
It's like picture like a wasp's nest.
Yeah.
You know, that's like kind of like a saggy texture to it.
Yes,
like
it's kind of a droopy paper mache.
Yes, like that kind of like crepiness skin on the thigh, and then the knees are starting to have like the skin above the knees is starting to like fold over, and
maybe
there's like a deep line here
Do they
that
do knee
bothered me.
tucks?
I heard they do.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but then it's like I'm looking at my schedule. I go, when am I getting a brow lift? When am I getting my knees done? Like when am I
Knees done.
I'm never gonna get my knees done. But like when am I?
I hope we get
When do I have
submissions from
time for this?
knee surgeons.
Please.
The reason you were able to host the Golden Globes was you had cleared your schedule in January for a month
Yeah.
to do some operative,
Yeah, to do like a whatever
Whatever-
Dr. Diamond told me
a fresh up.
would make me look like I hadn't done anything.
Yeah, so you had already kind of scheduled this little
January.
buffer
Yeah.
in January
Yeah.
and then got the call. I feel like that's very serendipitous.
It really was. I would have canceled anything for it, but it was nice that I didn't have to because I never take a break.
Right.
And so the only like my vacation would have been just like healing and
Yeah.
with like straws in my face. Draining
Have you seen the
pus.
pictures of those flights home from Turkey?
Oh,
With, like,
God.
it's
There's,
just all
I
guys.
want to fly there just to fly back with all those guys. For anyone who's not seen it, please
flight there
Google
would be
this.
interesting, too.
Yeah, flight there and
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
But 90% of the passengers on these flights home from Turkey, the men are all bandaged up because
Yeah.
they've gotten hair transplants,
Yeah.
and that's where I guess it's affordable there.
And now they're all starting chin surgery too. Now that's like the I just read.
Implants?
Yeah, chin implants. They're
In
like
Turkey.
It's a. I don't know if they do it in Turkey, but that's the new male plastic surgery like thing that's going to start. Everyone's going to be doing it. Like
Everyone's
if you've
gonna do
seen
it.
some like leading men starting to look a little bit more leading, like that's probably what's happening because it's a subtle adjustment that makes you face look more masculine, and that's kind of like what it's trending towards. Like there are 9-year-olds who are like mewing now to get that jawline.
I
Like
know.
it's sad when men start to have like the same insecurities that we've all dealt with as
I
women for so long,
know.
but they've always been there. It's
We've
just, I
always
think-
had them, but
of course.
they're just evolving. I think
Yeah.
it was for us. It was all like body and strength and
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger and lifting weights and trying to be big and strong.
Yeah.
I'm still dealing with it, obviously.
Well, it's like, and you guys don't get makeup.
Yep.
Correct.
By the way, like you just have to be what you are. So it makes sense why we're like, why do they just get to be who they are? Because they don't really have a lot of options, so they might as well accept themselves.
It's true. It's,
You don't have it,
that's
yeah.
a great take.
You
Right?
can't
Yes. I
spruce
just came
it
up
up.
with it.
That's really
I literally
good.
did.
Yeah, when you're a dude and you look in the mirror and you go, "That's that."
yeah,
End of
like
story.
we
I
have too
can't-
many options.
Yep.
I was even watching this and I'm like, God, my nose has gotten so bulbous. I think most women would shade and it would not look bulbous. And I'm like, man, I'm not
Contour,
going to
yeah.
do that.
Right, well, you can't. Yeah,
Right.
there would be options. I mean, like if you have a zit, you can't cover. You just have to have a gaping wound,
I
and
had-
we get to stuff it with dirt clay and
Yeah.
wonder why it keeps reinfecting and coming back. But like that sucks for men with acne that they don't have makeup, even
It's
though we look
true.
like it's like a little anthill.
Yeah,
that
you
we-
can still see it.
But it's
Yeah, really.
preferable.
I used to pick at my skin like because when I was malnourished and just like had anxiety, it was just open sores around my face. I used to be like bulimic too, so that's why I quit throwing up. Like, thank God it was a vanity thing because
Yeah.
I was like, I was sick of cleaning toilets, and I was also sick of like having mouth acne that I would pick at, and I would pick at it, and then it would like I would be nervous backstage before going on. Pick at it, it would start. I could feel it bleeding because I do this and do the check, and I'm like, oh my God, there's blood. I'm walking out with blood. Then I put something on it to like cake it up, and I'm like, okay, I hope it stays. And then you walk out, and you're like, good evening, Milwaukee, and you smile in a way. It's like crack, and it just starts running down your face. Like it would happen so often. Like, thank God that acne is behind me in my life. But that was a huge struggle for a really long time. And seeing my sister never have to deal with.
How much younger is she?
She's 18 months younger, but like
Oh.
perfect, silky, thick hair. Never had to get braces. Born with
bitch.
straight teeth, veneer teeth. Never had acne.
Oh.
Was just
Yeah, but does she have a good
looks-wise,
personality?
She does.
No.
Like she doesn't even like know she's hot. Like she could have been a model, like all these actress, all these things, and she's just like, yeah, she's
Content?
pretty amazing. I don't know if she's content.
Okay,
That's good.
Yeah.
She's like a mom of 3, just making it work.
She's a teacher.
Yeah, she's happy. No, she was a teacher. She actually stopped teaching, and now she's happy. I'll tell you.
Okay,
That was
that's
rough.
a lot
She
of
taught
stress.
for 10 years in Spanish in our old high school, and she was great at it, but it was just too hard. So, but yeah, like I think she just doesn't have, and she has insecurities just like everyone else. But I had a rough time growing up with that.
Was she outgoing?
She was popular. Yeah, she was much more popular than I was. The boys in my grade liked her and like had crushes on her. My friends, like she'd be like the type of girl that like, I'd have all my girlfriends over and my sister would come in and talk to us and then my sister would leave and they'd all go, oh, she's so pretty. God. And it's just like a reaction that like I would never get, like just that kind of thing of like, wow, that's what I want. You know, just strangers telling my mom that this child should model and then I'm just standing there, like rude things that, and I was just, sensitive. So I picked up on it like that's your value and I don't have it. And so just really like resenting that I was born not as pretty as I could have been. Like my parents' DNA
Like
made
same
that. Why did it
genes.
fuck up this way?
Yeah.
I used to like yell at my mom and be like, you knew there was ugly in your family tree and you risked it with me. And she's like, you shut up.
Yeah.
She would be so mad at me, but I used to get really venomous about how mad I was. And people saying, you look nothing like your sister. Like
Thank
that
God
over and
you look-
over. just on top of things. Like you look so much like your dad. Like always getting told I look like my dad, which no matter how hot your dad is.
Yeah, you don't want to hear
You
it.
never want to hear you look like your dad.
No.
But I get it now and I see it now and I'm like, okay, I'll take it because he is a gangly guy and like I do have really, I like you saying like your hair is the thing. My legs I used to be really insecure about because they're like more muscular and like my sisters were just like model thin but now I'm like, I love my legs. Like I get a lot of compliments on it and people are like, what do you do for them? And I'm like, it's just my dad's legs. Like I just got lucky. And it made me realize that so much of what I resent women for having is just same as my legs of like, I didn't do anything for them. I just was born with this and I just got lucky in this one. I have a dad bod for half of my body. But it gave me some perspective of when I attribute like perfection onto people. It's like I shouldn't hate that girl for being hot. She didn't mean to be.
She didn't
It's
choose
not
it.
her fault. It's not her fault.
None of us chose any of it. Just got it.
Yeah, exactly.
No one went to the store and picked it out.
And that's what I like to remember when I'm feeling ugly is like, Nikki, okay, so you like your arms look like there's a lot of action going on when you wiggle your arm or what like the other day I looked at my arm, I did like in the mirror, I just saw straight on and it looked like a scrotum hanging, like a legit and a ball sack. And my friends are like, no, it doesn't. And I sent them a picture and they were all quiet afterwards. Like they couldn't say no, it does. And that's okay. But I was like, if I could snap my fingers and not have that, I would. Clearly I'm not choosing this. It's not my fault. Like, why do I have to feel like I failed in some way or like I'm a bad person? Like, I didn't choose this. I wouldn't want this. Yes, there's probably exercises I could do to make it go away, but I don't have time for them. And that doesn't make me a bad person. I think that I just get wrapped up in like all the things I should be doing. You could afford the facelift. Why aren't you getting one? You could afford this laser treatment. Why aren't you doing it? Like, even the more money you make and the more opportunities you have to have avenues to look hotter.
Yeah.
If you don't do them, you feel like you're failing in some way. And I hate that feeling.
It's wholly unfair, which is I think I had all the same feelings you did growing up. But I had the freedom as a dude to go, yeah, that's not going to be your thing. And girls, thank God, did date guys largely because of how confident they presented and how funny they were. And so that is the great injustice. Like I was able to transcend it in some way. Not that I ever fell in love with how I looked. I just was like, oh, we're not going to think about this anymore. And we're going to just do this other thing and that's going to work.
Yes, that's a
gift of being a dude.
You know, yeah, I
Decreasingly
appreciate you
so,
saying
I
that.
think.
Yeah, decreasingly so.
Yes.
Thank God it's evolving.
Yes.
But in the 80s,
Yes.
I could kind of make that
Well,
proclamation.
because the men
Yeah.
and boys did the choosing back then. But that's why I think it's changing. Because now girls, women, all of us ladies, we are, more educated, like
You're
more
making more
educated
money,
than
you're making
men.
more things
yes,
than sex objects.
Exactly. And so there's more of a like, do I want to, I don't have to just say yes to your proposal.
Yes.
And it used to just be like, oh, this guy is asking me out. I guess I have to say yes, that you're waiting to be asked.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
There's a ton of stuff going on. There's like evolutionary stuff. There's how the society has run for the previous 300 years. It's like a guy that was confident and had a good personality was going to probably achieve high status. Because he would be able to do that through work if he was super smart. So he would be able to climb the status rung. Whereas for women, the status rung wasn't fully available for anything other than being gorgeous.
Who could make the most babies for the village?
Yes.
Who could watch the pot boil? Who could take care of the kids? So it's like about it all leads itself to like, do they have the hip to waist ratio that suggests they can carry more children? Do
Can they
have
feed
the
a bunch
huge
of kids with
tits?
those? Yeah.
So it's like, it's not even, you want to get mad and think it's so vapid for men to assess us that way. And yeah, I do feel like, I appreciate you saying it's because I was a man and I was able to shift like that. But I do think that, like, I never arrived. I guess it is because I'm not a man. I never arrived. I was like, I just have to keep pursuing, like, being hot until or talented in some way, which I wasn't talented. That was the other thing. Like, I didn't find, because I wasn't able to get big and loud and funny because I didn't want people to go, well, you're also ugly too. Like, so that wasn't an option to be big. So I just waited till I found a talent, and I didn't have one until I started stand-up comedy. Like, literally tried everything, and that was really frustrating.
Do you think you were just biochemically anxious? What led to, do you think, the annex? It sounds like you had pretty good parents. Your dad
really
introduced you to Conan.
I have like the greatest parents imaginable. I think it's like, I had a mom that just never liked the way she looked and was never pretty, never thin enough, all those things. So that's like, was there, but I was really tuned in with celebrity culture. So all that stuff got in. Like, I wanted to be famous. So it's like, I need to look like Paris Hilton, Jennifer Aniston.
I want to go there, and you have to look a certain way to go there.
Yeah, there's no option.
But is it because you wanted to be famous so that if you were, that's the world telling you are hot?
Yeah, like not even hot, like, because I don't want to be.
You're likable. You're lovable.
When people want to have
it.
sex with me, I'm very uncomfortable when someone's like lusting for me. So I don't even know. I want the approval that comes with it outside of someone actually putting anything in me.
Yeah, you know, like
I don't want
attractive.
I just want people to be like, I want to be her. I guess that's what I wanted.
Yeah,
that's so embarrassing to admit. Yeah, I used to want that. And so I think I wanted, and I just, my parents, and we love watching TV. I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be seen by them in that way and be like, wow, that's extraordinary. Like, I'm a Enneagram 3. So like my worth is determined by if I am extraordinary. And I do things that people go, holy shit, how could she do that? So I don't think I was always like looking for that in terms of looks. I felt like that was the only way to achieve that. Then I wasn't really good. I was a fine actress, but like didn't get cast in things in high school, and was like, well, that's the only way to be on TV is to act. And so auditioned for theater school, didn't get into any, and was like, what am I going to fucking do? Like, I've said this before, I was like, I'm just going to have to kill myself someday, because that is a failed life. If my only dream in life is to be on TV and be a personality, like a performer, and I don't do it, like, and I just have to watch people do it forever, I'll eventually have to kill myself, and that sucks. Like, I have to do that someday. It was kind of like a thing I have to do someday. Like, oh God, what am I going to do? It's not now, but soon.
Is Boulder the first? You did it when you were 18 for the first time.
Yeah.
And you were only at Boulder for what, a year?
Yeah, a year. So I was like, the first thing I was really good at was not eating. Like, that was the first thing, and I was like, whoa. And that, man, talk about getting confidence from something, because this just came to me a couple months ago when I was trying to like think about what led me to do that, and why did I stick with it, and why did I get such a rush from it? Because when you're coming up in diet culture in the 90s and early 2000s, being able to not eat is maybe the best superpower imaginable for a woman. Every person around me is trying not to eat the brownie, not to eat, like, not having dressing on the salad. And I have no problem doing that. If I get high from it.
Yeah.
Because
It's a self-esteem builder.
First. Yeah. At first it was like, I struggled with my weight earlier on and was trying diets, and like, and I was never fat, but just like needed to drop some, like, probably 10 or 15 pounds. I worked at a pizzeria and just ate too much and stopped playing field hockey and stuff. So I got a little bigger, and people were starting to notice. So I tried stuff to lose weight. It was hard. I remember being like, I wish I could get anorexia. This the same joke that most women make early on, like, oh, I wish I could be those things. And then it happened because I got nervous about a boy who liked me. And I had been really scared of boys and sex, and I hadn't kissed a boy. It was my like senior year of high school. I think I'd kissed one boy, and it was a truth or dare thing, so it didn't count. So it was a guy I really liked for so long. I won a date with him because I rigged a singled out type contest at our school where I had my friends like tell me who to pick because I wanted to pick this guy Mike, and so I had them kind of like do a signal to me of like who to eliminate, so I could get. So I got a date with him, and then he seemed to like want to go on this date that I won for this charity school thing, and we had like a date planned, and I was so nervous about it. I just couldn't eat that day.
Right.
And then the next day, and that shows up quickly on me and my face. And someone said something the next day that was like, "You look great." And it was a
Off to the
girl
races.
whose, opinion about me meant so much.
Wow.
And I was still nervous. And so I just kept going as long as I could. And then it was just, let's just never eat again.
Sure.
Which I was just too young to understand, like, this isn't going to work forever.
So this is the fun kind of overlap with Monty. Monty had this very specific event in her life.
Oh, yeah. Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I was in 6th grade and a boy said he couldn't date me. He liked me, it seemed, but he couldn't date me because my parents worked at Dairy Queen. They didn't work at Dairy Queen, but a lot of Indian people worked at Dairy Queen. So that was he couldn't date me because I was Indian. So then that was obviously the moment where I was like, oh, so no one can date me, I guess. Like, that's a fundamental thing about me.
God,
and there's a no, that's a no for people.
It's a pass, hard pass.
He represents everyone.
Everyone.
Because why wouldn't he? You're in 6th grade.
Because you liked
and I
him,
liked
too.
him.
Yes.
So it's like the people I like don't like this about me. So this is going to be a fun life where nobody.
His parents worked at Culver's. Was it a Capulet Montague's thing? Like,
They worked at a
understand, like,
Foster's. It was a competition.
It was like White Castle.
Did you even say
What about-
like,
yeah,
but they
what if-
don't? Like,
oh
did
my
you
God.
protest it at first, or did you know what it meant?
He didn't say it to my face.
Got
he
it,
said it
yeah.
to a friend. A friend was like, "Why don't you ask Monica out?" And he said, "Well, I would." This is important. He said, "I would, but." So it's not like I just don't like her. It's like I would, but I can't because she's Indian, basically.
Whoa.
And not because she's Indian, like I don't like the culture, but just like that would make me feel different, probably. Like that's like the subtext.
Oh
if I'm
my
being generous,
God. Is that
I
stay with
guess.
you to this day?
Oh
Do
my
you have
God. I
run off
am
from
mess.
it?
I am fucked up for life.
From that one thing.
Her thing, to paraphrase it, was any boy she would like wouldn't like her because she was Indian. So she shifted
ugly, all
to
of it.
being in love with people she knew that issue would never present itself. So it was Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. It was the
Oh, you never
captain
have
of
a
the
chance
Ford.
with them.
Yes.
Exactly. It's like they're so unavailable. So
She'll
they
never
can't
have to be-
reject me.
Yes.
Yes. I'm picking
So smart.
Yes, the quarterback of the football team when I'm in like a sophomore so we'll
Yes.
never even have an interaction.
Just unavailable men that
Yes.
you can never get rejected by them.
Yes.
Yes. Did you ever go for like people that were in like? Does this go on with for you now? Like, do you
Yeah,
still
I
pick
think
people
so.
that are still like long
I'm
distance or
trying.
like?
Now, really, I'm just like, if it falls into my lap, that's great. I do so little pursuing of dating. But still, it's because rejection is still so horrific for me.
It's not worth it. It's the worst
feels
feeling.
not worth it.
It isn't. Like, I understand being that guarded because
Yeah.
it can destroy you for decades.
Yeah, and
So
I'm
why
like,
would you
I'm good without it. I'm good. I'm thriving. Am I? I don't know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it is.
But
like,
what about when someone does? I mean, obviously, people have asked you out through this and learning this about you. What do you not when you're pursued? Do you feel like they're flawed in some way for liking you?
100%.
Yeah.
Then they are a
They're
problem.
They don't.
If they
have
like
bad
me,
taste.
100. Yes.
Yeah,
They have bad
I get
taste.
it. Totally.
And I need someone with good taste. So we're in like a bad
Oh my
cycle.
God,
here.
you're so wrong. Like, you are such a prize. I just like my boyfriend, I've been with him for like 13 years off and on. And I'm not even joking you. It was just this past May that I accepted that he actually has really, like, he has great taste and he likes me and I have to trust that.
Yeah.
And he is like, he chose me. I didn't trick him in any way. And that I am like really spectacular. Like, he is happy to, like, it only was this last May. I'm not kidding. It was,
Wow.
And that's why I liked him for so long too, was because I thought I was winning him over. He was better than me.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, feel for the first time. So it takes forever, but I think it will just one day. You'll get it.
What
have no
happened
doubt.
in May? Did something happen? or
We were
just-
breaking up But it was funny because I was doing it in public so it wouldn't get too heated because I just didn't want it to end in us yelling. Not that we're yelly people, but I felt like it could go that way. And I just didn't want it to go on too long, but then the restaurant closed. And so we kind of had to like we didn't have time to break up and we were supposed to go to a concert right after this. So we still go to the concert because we're like in this nebulous stage of like, it seems like it's ending. But at the dinner when we're breaking up, he said to me, because I go, I'm bored. And he was like, okay, but you're like one of the most boring people I've ever met. And this was the week right after the roast, by the way, when I was one of the most Googled people on the earth. So it was kind of funny to me that he said that because I'm like, well, clearly that's not my insecurity. Again. Right. And so I like kind of laughed when he said it. And I know what he meant because I don't like doing things. I'm kind of like a homebody and I don't really like socializing too much. I don't like outdoor activities and sports. And he likes all those things. And I'm always insecure about not liking that stuff because my mom's like that and my dad is a really big go-getter and my dad always kind of like punished my mom for that unintentionally, but like made her feel bad about like, you just like to sit on the couch and watch TV and nap and why don't you ever like to do anything?
Life's
so
passing you by.
Exactly. And I always was like, I don't want to be like that, but I am like that. But Chris said to me, he was like, you're one of those boring people alive. By the way, if you're bored, it's because you're boring, right? Like that old trope. And he said to me, even though you're boring, he was like, I accept that about you. I'm never gonna throw that in your face. I'm never gonna make you feel bad about not wanting to do things. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it relates exactly to realizing like I'm lovable, but it does because I was like, I can't change the fact that I like to lay on the couch and watch TV and be on my phone. And that's like what I like to do. I've always felt guilty about that. And I always felt like he was going to at some point just get fed up and he should be with a girl who likes hiking and likes jet skiing and likes to go meet people and talk to the waiter about how their weekend was. And he deserves that. And I used to say that to him. He's like, stop saying that. And he's like, I don't want that. And I just trusted him for the first time. Like he's not going to use it against me like my dad has with my mom.
Well, what's really sad is it's all self-fulfilling prophecies. Like you're almost forcing him to leave you.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I was.
Yeah.
Because he loves me unconditionally and I just felt like there were some conditions that I was holding back that once he finds this thing out,
they were
leave.
yours though, which is crazy.
And I've since let him know those conditions and he's just like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know you smoke weed sometimes and hide it from me.
He's like, you're not tricking anyone.
You're like, and by the way, I know I told you I quit smoking weed, but like I do. And he's like, you're not hiding it well. Like I've noticed, I just figure it's your thing. I don't need to be involved. It doesn't seem to be ruining your life. Like if it did, I'll get, and I'm like, the whole time I'm thinking, I can't believe I'm hiding this thing from him. I feel so bad. And that's another thing for me is like, we still don't talk about it. Like that's a thing I'm trying to figure out a way to work about on stage. Cause pot smoking for me is like this thing I can't quite let go of in my life that I come back to and I feel guilty about it. And feel like, oh, it's not great for my life, but it's not too bad. But I just, whatever. So I have a lot of guilt about it. But I also feel like, and I don't tell him when I do it. And sometimes I'm around him and I'm a little high and he doesn't seem to notice. And maybe he does, but he doesn't confront me. But
maybe
I'm
doesn't
also
care.
Maybe he doesn't care.
Yeah, he probably
maybe
doesn't.
not.
Yeah.
He used to in the past, I think, and that's why I have it in my head. Because he's broken up with me over it before. Because I was like, I want to be someone who gets high before a Fleetwood Mac concert. And he's like, when are we going to Fleetwood Mac? I'm like, that's just I don't know if we're like at a Wilco show. I just want to be able to like smoke a joint that someone passes me. He's like, I don't know who this person is. Like, because it wasn't who I am. Like I was just trying to, push him away. But anyway, I was thinking about it. I'm like, am I allowed to do this thing that I don't need to tell him I'm doing every time, even though I feel guilty about it? And it's like, well, I don't tell him every time I shit. He doesn't know. And for as far as he knows, I don't shit. I close the door every time. We don't talk about any of my issues like in that area. Maybe it's that, but I'm rationalizing it then.
This may be helpful. We had this incredible sex therapist on Alexander Hawkes.
No, Catahawkes.
Catahawkes. She was incredible. And my question was like, should people who have been sexually abused who now desire, for lack of a better word, like some kind of kinky sex, should they feel guilty about, or shouldn't they be, it's not their fault. And if that's what they enjoy. And she goes, no, it's totally fine. And there are a lot of sexual abuse survivors who will be in like sub-dom relationships. And it's very crystal clear. If you have shame and secrecy around it, it's a problem. And if you don't, it's not a problem. So I would argue all you've got to do is be honest about it. And there will be no issue.
But what if I'm honest on a podcast he doesn't listen to? But he
half
could
counts.
listen to.
Yeah, he and my wife could bump into each other and have no idea this conversation took place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like all the places I talk about it openly, he doesn't listen, but he could. Like it's there. We talked about it in therapy, and I've like cried about it because he doesn't want to know.
Why is it bad?
I think he's never had any drug in his life. He's never drank. He's never done anything. It's not even like a Christian thing. It's just like it's a control thing for sure. Of like he noticed his friends being drunk and he's like, I don't want to look like that, and so he just never did. So, and I think it's a little bit of the DARE program. Like there's a reefer madness type of like, you're a loser a little bit. Like he doesn't want a girlfriend like hitting a bong and like it's dirty.
But there has to also be a little bit of the fact that you had a problem drinking.
And that is what he would say. Nikki, why don't you say that part to them?
Right. Which,
That's
of course,
the real
I'm going to
part,
be
Nikki.
deeply interested in because I don't drink either.
Do you have a weed issue? Have you
No.
ever? Really?
Have I? Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. Leading up to a big relapse.
Right.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
It was a tricky one, and I can relate to everything you're saying because alcohol is cut and dry for me. It's black and white.
Same.
I have a drink on Thursday night. You will see me Sunday, and I will have gotten Coke, and all these things will happen. Very predictable. There was some period where a gummy, I don't know, I go to sleep, I sleep better. I don't, nothing, there's no wreckage, there's no out of controlness. I don't crave it like the other stuff I crave.
Yeah.
And then just the having been clean and sober for 16 years and going like, and I also don't like that I would need anything. Like there's, right? So I know the racket.
What's that? You need that?
Nicotine. But I am at total peace with this. There's no
Because
secrecy.
there's no, you're not like, I love that you're like holding it out because the people that I could be friends with people for years. And I'll see you do it. I go, when did that start? Years ago. They can hide it so well if people just. So there's a shame around this stuff.
If I'm hiding, there's something to be looked at. And
Dude,
if I can't do it out in public, you like shout it from the rooftops, then that's kind of my clue that I need to get comfortable with one or the other.
Yeah.
I think I'll not do it or I got to just own it. And then people around me, I guess I'll trust to tell me. I just can't have the zone where it's like, I have a secret.
Yeah. Yes.
Because then you can't even evaluate the thing because actually you're evaluating your feeling of having a secret, not even your feeling of using weed.
The way that I was able to stop smoking as much weed once was to like when I did it, not be like, I was smoking from like pipes during like COVID, just real dirt.
Sure.
Just it's dirty and it felt bad. It felt like, these are like crack pipes. They're the same. I one time went out before a set on Hollywood Boulevard to smoke a little pipe.
bowl.
And I turn around and a homeless man we have the same pipe.
And he's smoking
It's
rock.
the same like green color, like and so it was just, and we were both blocking the wind in the same like kind of
Hoping no one sees you.
and it was like it was a real eye opener that and I kept doing it for months after that. But if I just go, I need this. You know what,
Right.
Nikki, you need this right now. It's bad, but you're not a bad person and you're doing your best.
I don't think you can even evaluate what the weed is until you detach the secret from it.
Absolutely.
Because I bet you're more ruminating.
Because you
I bet
get
that pit
addicted
of
to the secret.
yes, the pit of disapproval and angst is more about the secret.
You're right, because when I'm honest about what weed does for me, it's the one thing I just still have guilt over in terms of all my addictive behaviors.
Yeah.
And I was like, what does it give me? And to be honest, it just gives me relief, instant relief from depression, from suicidal thoughts. And it medicinally offers that to me in a short term. It can sometimes backfire and I say a dumb thing or I'm just not as, like I wouldn't do it before something like this, and I have in the past.
I think it's a harder one to evaluate for people because
Absolutely.
it doesn't have the kind of wreckage that other stuff does. You get DUIs, you fucking smack your friend, you fall down in an elevator and pee your pants. Like none of that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the tricky part of it is like it has an immediate, like it picks me up out of a depressive state, like almost nothing else I've ever found can. I mean, alcohol used to, but it's so obviously sloppy.
Yeah.
But weed, I can function like no one calls me out for it. Like people don't really notice. Like
Right.
I can see it and I'm sure people do notice, but it's just something that it affects me being smart and funny, but then sometimes it makes me smarter and funnier.
What if you're the third
Or my
smartest
birds.
and funniest?
Yeah, it's
and not the second or first.
I'm
or
way
the
down
12th.
on
No.
that's unacceptable, but it's
You're Taylor Swift of comedy.
That's the only thing I've ever wanted to hear in my life.
You
so
are.
Thank you for
Women
that.
love you. The amount of people who've asked us to have you on, the amount of people that had seen
Someday You'll Die.
Someday You'll Die.
I talk about you
I'm
in that, by
mostly
the way.
off. I know. That's of course.
And I hope you don't think that's an ugly joke because I want to be very clear about that because I say that I'm a rangy broad in terms of my looks. If I have enough makeup, I can look like Kristen Bell, but my boyfriend every day wakes up to Dax Shepard. That's a man joke.
That's funny.
That's a woman looking like a man joke, but you are a hot guy, so I felt like I could say that and not hurt your
Thank you.
feelings.
But yes, of course I watched it because I am narcissistic enough to know if there's a joke about that has me in it,
Yeah.
I'm certainly going to find out, was it the thing I'm fearing? And I saw it and I didn't care at all. I was
Okay,
like,
good, because-
I took it as a dude joke.
Yeah, okay, because it didn't even, like, as you were saying the stuff before, I'm like, oh my God, that other joke, would he interpret it? Because it wouldn't even occur to me that you could, but I'm glad you did it.
Yes, I watched it. I thought it was a great special, but I just want to say so many people had immediately taken to our comments, and I that's when I had the sense like, oh, Nikki's really, really huge, and she has something, there's some connective tissue with you and Taylor in that you have worked your fucking ass off. You decided I'm going to be this thing, whether you think I'm going to be it or not. Bad news, I'm stubborn and I'm going to be this thing.
Right.
There's something very relatable, and I think people can see themselves in you. And I think girls, I see how my oldest daughter, like the gift Taylor Swift has given my family when I watch the women in my life, the impact that she has on them, how she can make them feel in the confidence in the like jubilee. It's such a crazy gift.
It's awesome.
And it's because in some way you could be her. I mean, you can't, but also you can.
Taylor had something to prove. Like, I think that's
Yes.
correct. Like, she, even showing up on the scene, coming out as a country artist, and then kind of making it into pop music and winning Album of the Year for Fearless, and then people saying, like, well, other people wrote that. And she's like, well, the next album I'm going to write all by myself,
Yeah.
and look how great it does. Yeah, she definitely is inspired by people doubting her. I wish someone would have told me earlier on whenever someone's like, what would you tell your younger self? It's like, any young people listening or any people with kids listening, if your kid isn't good at something right away, like a natural, please know, and you might not even know this because I don't think I would have known this as an adult had I not experienced it. And I think we all hear this, but we don't let it sink in. The difference between great and good is just hard work. Like, someone can be great and some people are just naturals, but mostly anyone can reach those levels if you just work hard enough. You can catch up to anyone who in high school is, the quarterback. You just work hard. Tom Brady.
Yes.
Just work hard enough and you can be Tom Brady. That was all work he put in.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish someone would have told me that because I just always thought growing up, it was like, you either got it or you don't.
Yeah.
I was just reading a book called The Anatomy of a Breakthrough because I've just felt stuck. After the Golden Globes, I took a month off and was just like, how do I even write again? Like, I don't even know. And it's really been helping me. There's this one part about the guy that does free solo climbs. Like, it was really interesting. I haven't seen that movie because it just makes my legs feel weird, but even thinking about him, but reading about how when he approaches a climb, everyone's like, what if you don't do that one? He's like, I've done it so many times before with with all the ropes that there's no chance anything bad will happen. Like, there's no room for error.
Right.
That nothing will happen. And if the wind is off that day or that temperature or there's the rain or I'm feeling weird, it won't happen. It's so practiced that it can't go wrong. And I realized, oh my God, I totally free soloed the Globes and the Tom Brady roast, which I didn't even intend to. I was just like, oh, you'll just do the set as many times as you can to try out which jokes are best. But the truth is, if you just do it, I said the Globes monologue so many goddamn times that it was locked in and people are like, are you nervous? And I was like, no, because I just have to, it's like,
It's just one other time.
it's just one other time.
Yeah.
And there's no room for error. I don't like doing things that are room for error. That's why I don't like doing improv or like that scares the shit out of me. Crowd work is a struggle for me. Like, I need to know it'll go the way I want it to.
Sure. So I'm a control freak as well. And I was very OCD as a kid and lots of tics and I have a lot of control things. But I love these zones where I surrender to no control.
Oof.
It's so pleasurable because I'm fucking strangleholding so much of life.
Yeah.
My routine and my schedule is psychotic and sadistic. And so when I have these pockets, these things I can do where I actually surrender to it, it's bliss. Do you have anything in your life?
Sexually, I know that like sexually, I like baby girl style stuff. Like I am not. I like to be
baby girl.
Like the movie Baby Girl, where she like likes to be talked to like a dog, like trained, like good girl, like that kind of stuff. Like I
kind
like
of a submissive.
Yeah, so sexually, I like, not that I'm like a hypersexual person anymore. Things are changing hormonally, but like things that I've been into and things that I watch, I'm always like, it's the girl's out of control. And she's not telling anyone what to do. She's being told what to do. So I find it there. But I'm trying to think of any other way.
What about pot? Doesn't pot sort of do that?
Oh my God, you're so right. Because sometimes just because I want to feel adrenaline, I'll smoke before I go on stage because I'm like, you got to try, bitch.
Yeah.
Like you can't go on autopilot. Like you got to think about what you're doing. You're high. Are you going to remember even what you're talking about right now to finish the sentence? So
yeah, you said you smoke pot to give yourself anxiety, which I found interesting.
I like anxiety. Yeah. I think I like it. I think you might too.
That's fun.
Do you?
I like being awake. Yes, and that's why I like the chaos, because it brings me to a level I can't reach normally.
Okay.
Right? Like improv, like you're saying. The element of failure is so present that a new zone of my brain wakes up. Yeah. I get the extra dopamine and adrenaline and norepinephrine and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I can access a part of myself that will survive, the survivor in me.
Yes.
And I love it.
I love being like, oh my God, I don't know the end of this joke and I'm telling it right now. Is it going to come to me? Yes. Like one time, the craziest moment of my life, I don't even like to think about it because you have those moments where it's like near death moments. You don't even like to think about when you almost walked in front of a train or something because you're like, oh. It was at the iHeart Awards or something, and Usher was hosting and he like pulled me up to dance, which was really awkward. It was hell. I got like worse. I got like last on Dancing with the Stars. It's like a really deep insecurity of mine is that I can't dance. And so I just don't like to be like forced to like, and with Usher, like the best dancer in the world.
Right.
And it was in front of, Machine Gun Kelly. And I remember Megan Fox is sitting next to him and they're all kind of watching this awkward thing. And I brought as my date, my Dancing with the Stars partner who had seen me fail already. And I'm dancing in front of him again. It's just like, I'm trying to get some kind of control back in this narrative of dancing, and I'm just thrust into this. And Usher was singing a song right before it that I like didn't know. It was a Michael Jackson song. I just didn't know the words to, and I like everyone else seemed to. And he put the mic in my face.
Oh no!
And I was like, if you would have given me one of your songs, I would have nailed it. But I don't know this obscure. It was like to me
this is literally
like a
my
B track. So that already happened, and this is not live on TV, but it's like the whole audience. It was like at the Dolby or something. It's like thousands of people, and it's kind of like after the show, and Usher is just like dancing, and so I had to do this awkward dance, and then I was like, Usher, can I just have the mic for? I just need to do one thing I'm good at, which is like talking into a mic. So I was like, can I just say how embarrassing that just was? Like I got last on Dancing with the Stars. I did like my Dancing with the Stars bit of like I got first. I always say on Dancing with the Stars I got first voted off, and I say in front of my dance partner Gleb Sevchenko, who is as hot as his name is disgusting. And so I have my like bits. I'm like just getting a little. I wasn't trying to make it about me. I was just trying to get a couple jokes in. And I go, can you imagine the thing you're worst at in the world? I go, everyone in the audience, I want you to know what I'm feeling right now. The thing you're worst at in the world that has been determined on ABC that are terrible at.
Certified.
And you have to do it in front of Usher. And I go, Machine Gun Kelly and I forgot Megan Fox's name. As I'm saying Machine Gun Kelly, I'm going, and I remember, it was like probably to me like 20 seconds of like, what is her? And at the last second, it just Megan Fox, but it was so close. And I go, what would have happened had I not remembered? Like that's why I can't fucking just riff. Like I can't be trusted.
This is horrifying.
But that was a moment again where like you have these slow motion moments where you can think a whole, like it's like your life flashes before your eyes of not remembering Megan Fox's fucking name.
Yes.
And you remember, but like it was, but thankfully it came out. But one of those moments, like,
yeah, you're always putting yourself in bad situations.
Have you though?
Risky.
even last night, yeah.
How about this? I did a live show for a Formula One podcast I had. It was a disaster. We have done many, many live shows and they go great. They're so fun. We did this one in Vegas, a bunch of drunk people. No one knew who the fuck we were. It was terrible. And we had to do a full hour. That's what we were hired to do. And I, at least at this age and having done enough stuff, about 10 minutes into it bombing, I go, oh, this is great. This is going to be so memorable. for all of us.
That's what I learned from the corporate gig I did in October. That was the worst I've ever bombed in recent memory.
Okay, what? Tell us that. I didn't know about this.
It was more money than I've been offered for a gig and ever.
Great.
You know, like kind of can't turn it down kind of money.
You said that kind of the number that looks like a telephone number.
It looked like
Oh,
And I
amazing.
was like, yeah. And I even think I said like this doesn't seem ideal because it was for a kind of vague hedge fund, like not even a hedge fund, it's like a group. It was like a conference for rich people to go and like do fireside chats and just different activities to like learn how to destroy the earth and profit from it. And it was just a bunch of like media moguls, but I didn't read the fine print. I was just like, and then it shows up way sooner than I thought. It was like, oh, well, that's in October. I think I said yes to it in August. That seems forever. And then it was like the day before. I hadn't done anything for it. I had shows all weekend. I just was like, I'll just write some jokes right before it. So I was underprepared for sure. And then I'm like trying to memorize all the jokes that I'm writing beforehand because I saw it going bad because they sent me like a picture of the setup and it's like on a beach and it's in the round. People don't realize it's so important for comedy. You need a ceiling.
everything.
You need dark in the room so people can laugh at inappropriate things and not feel like their coworkers or their peers or their wife is like gonna be like, you relate to that or you think that. So they need to be in the dark and it needs stand-up comedy I think shouldn't be a surprise.
Big time.
I don't think anyone's ever excited about a stand-up comedian coming in and like at the end of a long day, it was like 9:30 at night before the DJ, like they just wanted to like get drunk and get loose at the end of the long day of all these meetings. And they're like, and we have a special guest and I'm doing an hour. Comedy should really never go more than like 40 minutes. And Kevin Hart's there, but Kevin Hart's there. He just has to do a fireside chat. I actually ran into one of the guys that was at the show at the Golden Globes party. And he was like, I was there. Or no, he was like, I booked you. He's the guy that booked me. He was like, I want to have you back because we didn't nail it for you. It wasn't good. I'm sorry. It was a beach.
Redo.
He said, and I was like, I did the same thing you were saying. Like, I want the redo for the story. Because now I told the story of this gig on Kimmel and it like made it all worth it. I was like, oh, that was so, this would have just been a thing.
You
I
would
won't
never be
remember.
telling this story if it went well.
And I wouldn't have grown from it. Now I can accept those gigs and not have fear because I know what needs to go into them to do well. So Kevin Hart was there, Kevin's there, and I'm like, I say hi to him before it and I'm like, this is gonna be bad, don't watch. He's like, no, I'm gonna stay. And then by the end of it, he was gone because I was like, let me do some Kevin Hart roast jokes I didn't do at the Tom Brady roast, and he was long gone. I walked Kevin. What's his name from the host of The Bachelor was there, the one that was like canceled. Chris Harrison was there for some reason.
Yeah.
He didn't say hi afterwards. Like it was so lonely walking. You have to walk through the crowd. If it would have been nice to just go backstage, and they literally couldn't even hold their applause after I said goodnight. Couldn't hold the applause until. The stage was as big as this table. Like I just stepped 2 feet and by the time I hit the sand, the applause was over. And then it was just crunch, crunch, crunch through the sand, my heels just digging in. It was so, they felt so, the thing is I don't mind if an audience like actively doesn't like me or is like, that joke's inappropriate. Cause I'm like, I know it's not. And you're just uptight and you need some kind of identity, which is to be offended. And I can come at you. But when they're just like embarrassed for you, they're right.
That's
when
rough.
you can feel it.
And the pity, the guy at the party was like, well, I will say you were doing jokes about like molesting your nephew. And I go, wait, no, I did it about the idea of molesting. And he was like, what's the fucking difference? And I go, well, there is one. It's nuanced. He was like, I go, you're so right. The material was so inappropriate for that event. But that's what my act is right now.
That's who you hired.
So next time I do these gigs, I would love to do them, but I want to be hired to like roast the people. And then I will have a plan. I won't have to go into my dumb act.
Okay, I want to go to two things before we wrap up because you've given us a lot of time already.
Oh my God, I could see her all day. It's
You went to 22
Taylor Swift shows.
on the Eras tour.
Yeah.
I'm so
Have
jealous.
and you have this history. I don't know if we can do
Thank you.
like a really short.
I can take that.
I went once. I took my 11-year-old to Lisbon and it was the greatest.
Oh my God,
Yes.
fun.
But you did 22 and you have this history. I know this is 1 second because I wasn't even aware of it. But in some BuzzFeed thing, you made fun of her in some capacity and it ended up in the doc. Now, I saw the doc and I loved it.
Yeah,
and I
me
don't
too.
remember that part at all.
Wait,
I'm
me
so
either.
glad. Yeah, it was just a dumb, like I did some interview ages ago, but it was during a time, I was just like, When I get jealous, I like think mean things. Of
course,
or
we
like
all
say,
do.
Yeah, I was really into her at the time, and I just saw myself like the friends she kept. I was like, oh, I don't fit in there. So I just said something about how she just has model friends, and commented about her size too. And then in the documentary it comes out she was struggling with eating issues, and so it was
you have as
which
well.
I had already been through in my life. So it was just. And it was, but at the time I was also not in like recovery for eating stuff. So I got myself to a good place weight wise that no one would know I had food issues, but I was still like chasing that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have it anymore. I wasn't good at it anymore, looking like that. I couldn't do it. And so I resented it. I mouthed off on a thing that I thought no one would hear, which doesn't excuse it, because now I know it gets out and it ends up in her documentary. And I felt just so bad, not because I was like, I'm busted, people know I'm mean or something. It was just like, she saw that. Maybe she wouldn't have seen it had it not ended up in the doc, but she definitely saw her own documentary. Like she's seen me say that. And that's the person I like the most in this world, that like brings me the most joy. Like I made them maybe feel sad as like, couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I heard you say that like you were unable to listen to her music. You
it was
felt
embarrassing.
So guilty.
Yeah, like like if you have a bad run-in with someone, or like I don't know about you, but like you make someone uncomfortable, or they make you like you just.
They remind you of your
I was embarrassed.
fuck up.
Yes.
And you haven't made any amends. So
and I don't deserve it. Like I was like, you don't deserve her music. Like you hurt her. Like you contributed to like her wanting to go away.
You wrote her an apology and tried to get it to her through agents.
And their response when I first was like, hey, I think I'm in this documentary because I just heard my voice in the trailer. I didn't know what was going to be. I just heard and my friends were like, that's not you. You would never say that. And I go, you say what?
Yeah.
Because I say it about you, bitch. They were like, you love her. And I'm like, I know, but you should hear what I say about you. Like anyone I'm jealous of, I will be. This is the old me. Like I really have done so much to not be a gossip.
Well, you learn lessons through hurting people, feeling really bad about it, and then deciding
you're allowed to make mistakes.
Yes.
I allow that for myself now. At the time, I don't think I even allowed it as much, but I learned from that, because as soon as I knew that a letter wasn't going to get to her, or I wouldn't be able to know it. So I was just like, I'll just put out a public thing, and that's the only way. And I didn't even know if she would see it or not. But as soon as I did, I was like, I put out an apology that wasn't just trying to let the public think I'm okay again. It was really, I knew it was about me letting go of that, because I could listen to her music afterwards. I was like, okay, I repented. I really do feel bad. I owned it. I said everything that I needed to not excuse myself, but to explain myself and actually say why this won't happen again. And be honest. And I just felt like, okay, now I'm finally
You're liberated
in the
from that.
Words of Taylor Swift, clean.
Yeah.
I love that
I'm
song.
finally clean. Yeah.
So
and then she commented on it. And I
that's
didn't even
what
know I
wanted
was
to
on
know.
a date later that night, and I put my phone away just to pretend like I was a girl that doesn't check her phone, and like I don't need it. He went down to go do a set. He was a comedian. Went down to go do a set, and I instantly check my phone when he goes down, and I have like dozens of text messages being like, "Did you see?" And she wrote something back. I only read it once because I can't handle it, and then it was very nice. And I think from my memory of it, it was just something of like, this means so much to me. And it's a great example of like being able to explain your vulnerability, of like why we all make mistakes. It was something, she just got it. She fully got what I was doing. And I learned the importance of like, I love apologizing now when I can really like get down to why it happened and own it and be like, I was just insecure. I was jealous that you're thin. I want to be your friend. I didn't see myself fitting in, and I lashed out, and that's what it is. And it's nothing more. It's nothing to do with you. Sometimes I find myself when I slip up of like, if I am really close to someone who maybe works with me, and I like, they're working with me because I want them to have to be friends with me or whatever. And I obviously want them to their expertise with me, but then they kind of grow up and they're ready to spread their wings and fly. I've in years past, like said things that would maybe make them feel insecure. And they called me out, and I go, what is this? And I go, because I don't want them to leave.
Yeah.
It's because I know they're so talented.
Good for you
it's like,
for realizing
it's
that.
it's a thing I have to check, because I've had it done to me before.
Again, it's back to the boys. A confident version of them wouldn't want to be friends with you.
Yes. Or they won't, unless I pay them. They're not going to
leave
me.
you.
And it's just not true. Like I've been able to keep those friendships, but it's just the more I can admit my flaws, like you said, like if I'm not ashamed of it, if I can say like, I was jealous of Taylor Swift for being skinny, and like even I went on this podcast and I talked about J-Lo. Like I watched J-Lo's documentaries, and I used to be like not a hater, but kind of like just like we all are, not we all, but a lot of society or culturally is like, the things about she can't sing or can't act or
She
can't
gets
dance,
a lot of
whatever. Like
hate.
a lot of hate because everyone's so fucking jealous
Yes,
of her.
look at her.
She's so beautiful. She actually can sing really well. She's a passionate, fearless creator and performer. Like she made a documentary with her own money to tell the story of her rekindling romance that ended up not going well. Like, and she knew it could have maybe not put this
Right.
out there
It's
for
very
people to consume
vulnerable.
and judge, and people did, and like that's ballsy. And I'm actually kind of jealous of that kind of risk taking.
Yeah.
And so what do? I have to shit on it. And then I watched her like documentaries, and I was like, man, she's fucking cool, and I'm lame. Like any kind of hate I have for her is pure jealousy. And I talked about it on a podcast. She reached out to me, and now we're friends.
Get out.
And
I
it was
love that.
It was so nice. Like, and now I couldn't love her more. I see totally through every kind of, preconceived notion I had about her. And it was freeing to admit that. It's freeing to admit when you're insecure.
Well, also like, yes, for me, it's two-sided. It's either like I'm jealous or they're displaying a side of myself I hate so much.
Yeah.
That's also a huge part of it.
All the time.
So like my issues with J-Lo maybe in the past are like, why do you at the Super Bowl game in the front of the road? Like I've been like, why do you need so much attention?
Yes, because you secretly want it, but you're not willing to do what she's doing to get it.
I need endless attention, and I hate that about myself.
Well, I think it's even like.
And by the way, I don't even know if she needs attention. I have
Let's say
assumed
she does.
Yeah, let's just say
it's the same motivation. Well, she went and got it. You are scared people are going to go, he needs attention. So what
Yeah.
do? You shit on her for she needs attention so that you sell yourself the story that people are going to say that about you if you do it, which causes you to not do it.
Yeah.
So like I always make fun of people who do cringe things online, like I'm not always, I used to, like if someone's doing something comedically and taking a chance or showing their stomach fat or doing something that's really vulnerable.
that you told yourself you wouldn't be lovable if you did.
I'll make fun of that person to my friends behind their back. Because then when I want to do something like that, I'll go, Nikki, don't, because people will make fun of you.
Exactly.
I have to create a narrative so that I don't take those chances.
Yes.
So it's usually everything that I hate on is jealousy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun to unpack it.
Yeah.
And kind of go, oh, it all whittles down to that. The more exhausting it gets to be anyone but myself, the better for me. I love that, like, that is the best thing about aging is that it just becomes too tiring to try. And then people end up liking you so much more when you don't.
Yes,
and you go, I
exactly.
could have just been doing this the whole time. But you really can't because you can't get there any sooner
That's why,
than
like,
you get
go
there.
tell my younger self something. I don't even play that game. I didn't listen to anybody.
No.
That was part of my charm.
You're so right.
Even if it was me who came back, I wouldn't listen
Like,
to
do you
me.
try to tell your kids stuff?
No,
that-
pretty much I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
try
talk
to
them.
avoid that.
Yeah.
I'm living, I'm modeling. They'll pick some things up. They'll see other things don't work. They're very bright.
Yeah.
I think it'll work.
That's good.
Okay, so
parenting.
have you, though, ever had one-on-one with Taylor?
Yeah, I actually met her before I was a huge Swiftie. During her Red tour, I got invited because I had a show on MTV and they invited us backstage and I got like a moment with
But
her.
nothing post-apology and post.
No, nothing post.
Okay. And you probably don't want that?
Not even. Like I want to just be a fan. I really like being a Swiftie and I want to keep it that way. Like
Yes.
I like putting her on this pedestal that she probably doesn't even want to be on.
Yes.
I like her looking like I like feeling like a little girl when I'm at the shows. Like that's why I go to 22 shows. It's 4 hours of like the best dopamine release I've ever had in my life.
Time
And
traveling to when you're little.
I feel like the happiest person I've ever felt. I can't risk losing that. So right now it's just what we have is so perfect of her being this pop star that I admire and like.
As you get more successful, it's harder to be a fan, and you still have. It's still fun to be a fan,
It's the
I think
best.
that's worth preserving.
I love being a fan. It's one of my favorite things.
Okay, and so I'm going to preface this by saying, truly, you must know, I don't care how anyone gets sober. I really don't. I have zero judgment about how anyone does it.
Yeah.
I am intrigued and fascinated that you read a book
Yeah.
12 years ago
Yeah.
and quit drinking.
Yeah.
Alan Carr.
Alan Carr, the easy way.
Everyone loves that.
So what
for
happens? Because
smoking.
I'm just curious.
Well, I did the smoking book. Like I had heard, I think I heard Ellen on Jay Leno's Tonight Show talk about quitting that way, quitting smoking. I heard maybe Ashton Kutcher. It was a couple celebrities had talked about it. And I was like, oh, I'll just get the book to see what happens. And then I was ready to quit smoking and I just was like, I'll read it. And because you get to smoke while you read it. That's the thing that made
Good
me
hack.
go, okay, great. And then by the end of it, you're just like, he goes, have your last cigarette, but I bet you don't want one. And he's right.
It's so wild.
You just don't want one. And I could not have explained that to my smoking self, but I promise you, like, it just worked on me.
Yeah.
And so drinking, I wasn't ready to let go of anytime soon at that point when I quit smoking, I think 2009. So I needed 2 more years with drinking. And then I hit a bottom in Cleveland after a weekend of shows. I was supposed to go see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame one morning, but I was hungover and I couldn't go. And I'm like, oh, this is like affecting me. Seeing Britney Spears' sequined outfit from the 2000s VMAs, like I can't. This is becoming unmanageable.
Yeah.
Like if I can't see like John Lennon's sunglasses or whatever, and so I was like puking all day. And I had already bought the book because I just knew that I was circling the drain, and I just needed that one moment to go, I'm going to read it. So as soon as I flew back to New York, I grabbed the book and I started reading it for the drinking one. If you're interested in this, just people go, which one? Because there's lots of them. Just whichever one. The one for women, the one for controlling drinking, the one, whatever you want to do. Like, I don't think you can really control drinking, but give it a whirl.
They're all by Alan Carr?
Yeah. It's like Alan Carr died of lung cancer, oddly enough, even though because he smoked for like, I think 30 something years, but eventually created this method, quit. It robs you of any reason you have to do it. So it like any excuse you have of like, it makes me more social. Let's
Explore
piece that
it.
apart and say, actually, we're going to prove to you without a question of a doubt that it doesn't make you more social. It actually, it makes me more brave. Okay, well then firefighters would be getting loaded before they ran into burning buildings. They're not, right? Because it's not bravery. It makes you dumb. That's the bravery. You're saying things that you wouldn't normally say because
Your frontal lobe's offline.
Exactly. You're becoming dumb. It's dumb. It's dumbing you. And so all the excuses
Relaxes you.
It relaxes you. It's like, then it proves that it doesn't. It actually causes way more anxiety. So you're kind of like left with no reason to do it. And when they found that like for a lot of people's addictions, I guess, when they have no reason to do it, they don't need to do it. And because you're always making excuses of why you need it. And that's why I haven't read the pot book yet, because I'm not ready to give it up because I know it'll work.
You probably know enough about AA, which is like you come in to quit drinking and then you're left with the reason you drank. And then the meetings and the steps are about addressing not the symptom. You've quit the symptom, right? So did you find that you were now someone without their medicine?
Food. It went to pot. It went to sex.
Yeah.
Like just, things that weren't as detrimental as, or, it was really the hangover that I was avoiding more than anything. So it was like food mostly because of my history with anorexia. Like after I gained enough weight to like kind of not be at death's door, I just like went to like binge eating and bulimia and like kind of just like was always in some kind of eating disorder state. Yeah. And then that like got to then it was like 10 years before, I think it was COVID where my life got small and then the food just like filled up. So my life was so busy because it kept me from eating all the time. And then I was just uncontrollable around food, unmanageable. And that's when I kind of like was like, I need help for this, and kind of got back into a thing and realized, I didn't look at the spiritual element of it until.
So would it be fair to say like the drinking for whatever reason on the continuum, that book was sufficient, but that the eating did require weight? Like you couldn't have read a book to get.
Well, he has a book for emotional eating, and it did kind of work. It did kind of work. But it is a spiritual problem that I have of like the eating, and it did help me. Like, I don't think people know that if you're starving yourself, or if you're bulimic, or if you're overeating, or whatever it is, there's a place for you. There's a 12-step for you.
Yes,
that might not sound like the place you should go because you might be an undereater, but there's a blank anonymous that has a place for you that I didn't know about and didn't consider because I was like, that's not for me. But it helped so much, and I've been like sober from starving myself for 4 years. I've been off gum for 4 years. Gum was a big thing for me. That was like, I'm not eating, I'm chewing gum, and I would get sores in my mouth. It was like I was like cigarettes, like 2 packs a day of this Trident. So it's like it's this trickier thing because you have to find your own sobriety.
Well, I was going to say, is it like SLA and that you define your bottom line?
Yeah, you define your own thing. So mine for a while was like, don't eat in bed. And then I was like staying in hotel rooms where I was like, well, there's no tables. So I got to like, let's amend this one. And then it was like, now mine is like, you don't get to, if you're hungry, you don't get to keep going. Like you have to eat. So the first second that I'm like, I'm hungry, I don't get to be like, let's ride this out. Like that's not negotiable.
You don't get horny.
Because I used to get like, my body is eating itself. Like I'm doing something productive. Like let's ride this. And it's like, you don't get to do that anymore. Right. And that's my thing, that like other girls get to do that. That's a very common thing I hear about all the time. Of like, I skipped breakfast. Or it's like, I don't get to.
You don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
No, I can't be trusted with starving.
I don't have any opinion on whether people should go or not to a 12-step program. But for me, I could have maybe white knuckled it over the last 20 years, but I would have missed out on like so much shit, learning how to be honest with myself, learning what my fears were, learning how to say sorry to people, learning how to have a daily inventory. Like
I think that's a big part of it too, is like just hearing people you would never ever hear their stories, and just learning how to be just vulnerable around strangers and feeling like in a safe space. I think it's kind of good for everyone. I'm always like, I wish there was one for everyone, like just a normal person. And there is. It's called Al-Anon, because everyone can qualify.
Has a codependency.
Everyone has someone in their life. So there is a room for you.
Well, yeah, one of the early premises of this show was me going, can you have an AA meeting in public?
Yes.
Because I feel bad that people can't experience this. This is wild. You come in going, I'm not like anyone. I hate all these people. I'm not like them. I'm different. And then they start talking. You're like, yeah, I do that. Oh, yes, I've done that exact same thing.
Yes.
It's weirdly like there's a human quality to it that since I'm not religious, I don't get it there.
Yeah.
I don't know where else I would have experienced that.
Yeah.
And it's what a thing to experience.
Teaches you empathy. It just teaches you. It's amazing. I feel like, it's a lost part of our culture to share and to be a part of a community. And it gives you that. But it's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem I have. I'm like, God, but man, when you're doing it, it feels good. It's like meditating. It's like always like I have time to work out or meditate, and they say you should just meditate instead of work out. And it doesn't, sometimes it's just so hard to sit and meditate, even though I always feel better after it. Do you guys meditate?
I do.
Every night. Same situation. I'm like, I should. And then sometimes I do. And you're right. I always feel better after, but forcing it. And same with working out. It's like, you will always feel better.
You've never left the gym being like, why did I do that? I have a friend that's, it's
never
like,
happened.
I've never.
In the history of the world.
So
I do TM because Howard did it and talked about it. So I too take up things that I hear people I admire.
Yeah. Howard sold me on that big time.
Oh, yeah.
That really helped with my depression for a while until I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
I
don't
weird.
know. I can't figure out why it wasn't a permanent
but then it
solution.
stopped working because I wasn't doing it. Oh, God.
Fucking
Isn't that with
daily
everything?
reprieves. It's annoying.
You like take the medicine and then you're like, I feel great. And you're like, I don't need to take this anymore. Why do we all do that with everything?
It's a big deficiency for human brains.
I mean, I'm prescribed ADD meds and I feel so amazing on them. I feel like it's cheating. And so I won't take them because I feel like I can't Lance Armstrong life like this. I'll feel guilty that then I think everyone, like, I can't be proud of my accomplishments because it's a pill. I tell my doctor, like, I can't take it because I feel like it makes me feel too good. And and he's like, well, isn't that good? And I'm like, but I just feel like I'm tricking you. He's like, you aren't tricking me. You like didn't want this. Yeah. I am a doctor. Don't insult me like that. Like, but you just feel, I don't know. I kind of like feeling bad, I guess. Or I feel like I deserve it.
You might have a story.
That's what it is.
You might have a story
that
if you're not working so hard that you're just not worthy of anything.
I saw Jesse Eisenberg talking on CBS Sunday Morning about volunteering during COVID. He moved back to Bloomington and worked at like a shelter. It was the happiest he ever was.
Yeah. We had him on too.
So why did he go back to this then? Because I was like, I want to go just do an animal sanctuary. Like, I have enough money that I'd be fine the rest of my life. Like, why don't I just go like rehabilitate goats and teach
maybe this will help
pigs
you
how to walk again?
When we had Jeff Bridges on,
I'll miss this.
We talked about like getting crazy religious about exercise and then crazy religious about lethargy and sloth. And you would expect this from him, but the way that the peace he had when he goes, yeah, man, that's what life is. Just ride these waves. Yes, sometimes you're going to volunteer. Sometimes you're going to go make a movie. Sometimes you're going to smoke pot. Sometimes you're not.
Yes.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You're not a bad person.
No, I think you have a lot of bad person.
Yes.
There's a lot of bad person driving you.
Because you say a shitty thing about someone you love and then people point out, like even that Taylor Swift thing, I'm like, that's who I am a bad person.
Right.
Like, if I would have just seen that as a Swiftie, someone else, I'd be like, fuck that girl. She's a mean girl. And it's like, am I secretly a mean girl? And I'm like, I don't think so. Like, part of my brain thinking I might be a sociopath. But so I learned that sociopaths don't question it.
Yeah,
and they don't want to fix
exactly.
it. So I can't be.
Instead of you thinking you're a bad person, you could channel it to whoever else is probably not a bad person. the other Swiftie, the other person who's writing something shitty about her.
Yeah.
Instead of saying like, I'm a bad person because I did that.
Yes.
Instead, it's like, I'm not a bad person and I did that. So they're probably not a bad person either.
Yes,
it's
she's
like
probably
a
just had a
reframe.
bad day and is insecure. Absolutely, yeah, that does help me. I think I do that a lot.
We also had an OCD expert on who was explaining like the majority of OCD isn't what you see in the movies. It's not washing your hands repetitively
Yeah.
and it's not checking the lock. It's people who are convinced they're a pedophile, but they are not. They have never done anything, but they're so worried they are.
Mm-hmm.
They won't watch TV shows with children. So in some way, I think there's a little bit of compulsive, like, you're so afraid you're a bad
Yeah.
person.
Yes, that
Even though there's no proof that you are other than a couple of fuck ups that,
That we
everyone
all make.
has.
That, yeah.
that's why I like to explore on stages like my darkest thoughts, and then hearing people laugh. I'm like, oh, you've thought this too.
All right, so I guess that wraps up. That's interesting about the book, and yeah, and I dig it,
And it really has been easy to not drink.
yeah.
It's like it's the number one advantage I feel like I have over people sometimes.
That
is
That's
like
huge.
not having a kid and is another one I have to admit
Yeah.
has freed me up to do a lot of stuff in my late 30s and now into my 40s that I
Yes.
wouldn't be able to do.
Although
at this level.
ironically, the time you're most grateful you don't drink is when you have kids and you're around other parents early in the morning with your fucking kid because they wake up early, and I'm looking at these people.
and
I'm
they're
like,
hungover.
Dude, if I had to be doing this, which is already hard, hungover, I don't know how they're doing.
No.
That's the times I've felt the very most grateful.
Yeah.
Can you
I don't know how my
imagine
mom.
5 a.m. waking up if you went to bed at 3?
Now I know why my mom was cranky and chugging Diet Coke. Like she was hungover and she was like, I'm going to cut her some slack. That is rough, dude.
Well, Nikki, I had high hopes for this. I was quite confident this would be great, and it was way better than I even anticipated.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
This
You guys
is
are like,
so delightful.
It really felt like a hang.
Good.
I was in the middle of it just like, oh my, why am I so comfortable? Like it doesn't usually go like this.
Well, this was a blast. I hope you'll come back. Oh, I really want to tell people should go see the Alive and Unwell tour, which is it's in the height of it right now. Yes.
Yeah, we just started really like kicking off these.
How many dates are you
rooms
doing?
that I've never performed in front of this many people in my
And
life.
the theaters are also beautiful, right? The historic.
It's crazy. It's
a special honor to be able to play at those places.
It really is. And it's this is new to me. Like I was doing theater tours for the past like 5 years, and you'd sell 70%, sometimes you sell out, it's a big deal, and now it's like all like
You're adding dates.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of like, I'm the same person I was before. Like maybe these people are wrong that are coming out, but it's actually really exciting because I feel like I'm trying to embrace like, no, more people should see me. This is the right thing. I'm having imposter syndrome problems, but I'm working for the first time in my life. I'm working so much harder on my stand-up than I ever have. It was always just something that like kind of came naturally. I didn't have to like really focus that hard. And now I'm kind of doing the same thing I did with the Golden Globes and the roast. And I'm like looking at my material that way of like, let's like punch it up and make it as hard hitting as those, because I can do it. It's just more work.
Yes.
And so I'm taking this very seriously. This isn't just like any stand-up tour.
Yeah.
And I'm roasting every city I go to.
You're doing like 6 Boston dates, which
It's
is
insane.
fucking
Yeah.
nuts. And
8
they're
New
almost
York
all
dates.
sold out.
Yeah.
So go to www.nikkiglaser.com with an S.
Yes.
And go quick because I was just there and so many of the shows are already sold out. Congratulations. You so deserve
Dax.
it. And I'm really happy for you. And you're going to make so much money this year. And I hope you buy something obnoxious in St. Louis.
Yeah, and you don't have to spend it on your kids.
Yeah. But Taylor's not on tour anymore.
Oh, you're going to save so much money.
That's a good point. Wow. Thank you guys.
All right, Nikki, this was a blast. Come back.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for the fact check so you can hear all the facts that were wrong.
The current confusion, and I get it, but I feel like we've said it, which is like, why are Mondays now on video, right?
Oh.
And then I say, we offer to the guest. If they're up for video, then
Why
that's
not?
fun. And then they go, well, you said it, you wouldn't never do that because it wouldn't be vulnerable. To which I reply, I did think that. And then we had Adam Scott on, and it was like one of the most beautiful, connected, vulnerable episodes. And I said, that's not true. I found that out.
Yeah, I mean, also, you can listen. You can keep listening.
Oh,
no one
yeah,
has
just
to
listen.
watch this. If you prefer to listen, you should listen.
Keep listening.
But some people really enjoy seeing a visual, and
Yeah.
we've enjoyed it more than we thought. We've enjoyed doing it more than we thought. So we figured, why not offer that up when we can?
Yeah.
Also, we do have guests coming up that aren't on video because of that exact thing where it just
They don't want to be on camera.
They don't want to be on camera.
I get it.
/ even we've made some decisions like this specific person is probably better to not
That's right.
because it's more intimate for them.
You're right. Should we get right into the sim stuff?
Yeah, me and you both have sim stories and we've been dying to tell each other.
Yeah, because it came up yesterday when we were doing intros.
Yeah.
And we were mad we weren't recording the fact check because I had the ultimate sim experience.
Yeah.
Boy, I kind of want you to go first.
You do? Okay, because mine's
that
going to be
okay?
less. Yeah.
Well, just mine has a visual component.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine to go first.
Yeah.
Mine isn't.
Your stories are also better.
No, they're
They
not.
are. They're so twisty and turny. Like I never know.
No, that's 'cause.
As we've said, you're like the M. Night Shyamalan of just normal pedestrian life. Is that what we were saying?
No, you said Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Yeah, it's way more Seinfeld. I don't know where I
But
just
M. Night Shyamalan, I get it. It's like you really don't know.
until the last frame.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so my sim story is our last fact check. We were talking about dating and
Oh, the matchmaker
the matchmaker
and the ghosting.
The ghosting. You saying I wish you would just go talk to people.
Yeah.
And
Be in the calling business, not the
exactly, not the
incoming
receiving.
call business.
Okay, so we had that whole conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, I was on Instagram, the Instagram app,
Yeah.
and there was someone whose story I saw that I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
I follow this person and really, really like this person from afar. I don't know him, but our paths have crossed many moons ago.
Interesting.
And so I follow him and
in the driveway while he was visiting his daughter. That would be Sean Penn.
Oh, no. No. He is so funny. I just find him to be the funniest person.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I'm watching these videos and I'm laughing and I text a friend who I know sort of knows him.
Yeah, great.
And I said, hey, blank. Hey, this person's name.
Yeah.
Is he straight and single? Do you know?
Uh-huh.
She said, I'm pretty certain he's straight. I don't know if he's
That's
single.
pretty certain.
We don't always know. We don't always know.
Okay.
She said, I'm almost certain he's straight. I don't know if he's single.
Yeah. Hurdle number 2.
Yes. And she said, the last time I saw him, I was walking around the reservoir. So we should start walking around the reservoir.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's great. That's fun. We made some jokes. Okay.
Yeah. Was he or she joking or sincere?
I mean, I guess like it's sort of half joking. Like we're not really going
but
to
maybe
just
let's anyways.
Sure.
Because it'll be funny anyways because we're doing this thing.
Sure. The next day, I was walking down the street and I walked past him.
No.
I had such a visceral reaction for so many reasons. One, it was just
This is a big challenge that the universe put.
I know.
Oh, fuck.
I know you're not going to like where this goes, but it was like what's the universe doing? Is it telling me like
Go say hi is what it's telling. There's nothing to interpret
right
here.
after you had just
this is as
said
linear
it.
as it gets.
And I walked past him and I went to the store.
And in person, did you get a PQ or you're like, oh, wow, yeah, in person?
Well, I didn't want to stare.
Okay.
I got a shock to my system because of the overwhelm of the coincidence.
Yes.
And I did not want to make a thing, so I went to this store, just like jumped into this
To hide.
store to hide.
Collect yourself.
And text my friend, of course.
Oh, right.
And she said, did you say hi? And I said, no, I didn't.
I don't know how to say hi.
I said, I don't know how. And then she said, and then this is why things get kind of confusing, right? Because then she was like, okay, yeah, maybe that is best. Maybe, I know you wouldn't like that part.
Give me her number.
No, she said,
Do I already have her number?
I think so.
Okay.
She said, maybe you should, like an introduction is better. And so then I was like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I shopped at the store. I probably bought something.
And nervously.
Yeah. And then I walked back out and back past.
Oh, great. This is like the girl with the cowboy hat. I was trying to take Panay
Exactly.
over. Yeah.
Exactly. I walked back past and I shook my head a little bit
To try to
so that
get a
my
little
pheromones
attention.
that my pheromones could spread.
I want to play like a dog
like the
wags
dog
its
tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was it. It was just wild.
Yeah.
And then I told Jess about this.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, you told yourself if this happened again, you would say something. And I forgot I did do that. Like, remember the guy I saw in New York who I thought was so hot? And I thought, I should just say, hey, just so you know, you're so attractive.
I love looking at
Have
you.
a great day. Remember after him, I was like, I should have said it.
Yeah.
And then after
the guy at
hot
Farmer's
guy
Market?
at
the
Brentwood Country
bracelets?
Mart. What's
They're
the bracelets?
At the tower, you couldn't get your bracelets on?
Oh, that's separate.
And
There
we
was nobody.
had a guy put them on.
There was no guy
That's
there.
okay. We can't count that one.
Yeah, that doesn't count. But the other guy at Brentwood Country Mart that was so attractive.
Yeah. How many streetcars are you going to watch go by?
I know. I am starting to think.
You got to get mad at yourself. That's a good motivator. Like that's when you you're fucking. I've had enough of this. I'm going to live my whole life like this.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
I'm like 4% there.
Oh, jeez. I thought this would take you into the 40s.
It was, well, I didn't know how, I could take it as I'm mad at myself. I should have said something, or, wow, the universe
It's Trixie.
loves me. Like,
Sure.
really gave me something. And I didn't do anything about
but
it.
it's only gonna try to help you so many times.
Really?
Yes, if you don't want its help, it's gonna stop.
A universe,
You need to be way
want
the
your
fuck
help.
above 4%. I just, as your friend, I need to yell at you a little bit.
40.
You need to be in the 48s. I'm going 82%. He knows you. You're a comedy girl. You got this popular podcast. We're on a very popular podcast. That's why we're staying at this hotel, Mr. Customs Man in India.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it still haunts me. I'll think about that. That's like the Nev Campbell thing for me.
Yeah.
I'll be thinking about that for a year.
Wait, okay. What happened again? Yeah, you told.
The Indian customs man.
Oh, yeah.
When he didn't believe I was staying at the nice hotel, and he wanted the phone number, then he wanted the address, then he wanted I don't know what he wanted. He did not believe that
What
we
are
were
you
staying
doing
there.
here?
And
I have a very popular.
So, I'm one of the hosts of a very popular podcast, and we're in town to interview Bill Gates. And I'm like, he didn't know what podcast was. He didn't know what popular was. And I don't think he knew what Bill Gates was.
You didn't give a fuck about
It was
any of
3
that.
strikes and you're out. We're so lucky I got let into that
I
country.
know. That was so funny. Okay, anyway, so that was so the next day.
Yes.
The next day.
Yeah.
That's
you got to
wild.
listen, girl.
I know.
He said Maru a lot too.
Oh, my spray. He's probably a pervert. Probably wants you to shit on
Rob, if you see him
on
at
a glass.
Maru, will
Ask him
you
if he
ask-
likes girls to shit on a glass
tables?
coffee table.
People are trying to get
Anyway.
And tell her your friend's open to it as long as there's not been 10 other people who have done it.
as long as she's
Yes.
the first.
Exact. And
Well, you could be up to
Second
the
or
third.
third.
no, I
yeah.
want to be the first.
Okay. Yeah, you have standards. Okay.
Okay, now you have a sim moment too. Now let's hear it.
Okay, I pray that you think this is as insane as I do. So my friend Oliver apparently is in Toronto, and he goes to a museum,
Okay.
and then he sends me these 2 photos from a museum.
Okay.
And I will explain to the listener. This is in a museum, and it is an Ames chair that was made between 1948 and 1950, designed between 1948 and 1950. It's called Dax Armchair, which Dax isn't a fucking word in 1948. Not only is it a Dax armchair, it was designed at UCLA and manufactured in Michigan.
Oh
Are you fucking Dax
My
armchair?
God.
Does that not zap your brain? And that's not possible. In a museum, Dax armchair. They should write fucking expert after it.
Well, I thought when this first popped up, I thought it was something for the show. I thought something in the museum.
This is in a museum of an Eames chair. By the way, affordable. It was $20. It was meant to be a cheap.
And we're cheap.
Yes, I'm a cheapie. Dax armchair. Why did they use that word? That wasn't a word That's not a name.
That is
It was made at UCLA and
wild.
manufactured in Michigan.
The Dax listed at about $20 each. Or
I'm gonna read the whole thing.
$100 in modern terms.
Dax Armchair, designed 1948 to 1950 by Charles Eames and Ray Eames, with staff of the engineering department, University of California, Los Angeles. This model, made from 1955 to about 1972 by Herman Miller Furniture Co., Zeeland, Michigan. Molded polyester, fiberglass, composite, steel, rubber. I used to wear rubbers when I was single. That's a stretch. The chair design shared a second prize. Of course, I never
Second
win
prize,
either.
you never
I never win.
win.
My birthday's the second. The chair design shared a second prize loser in the 1948 International Competition for low-cost furniture design, sponsored by the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, one of my favorite cities. The Dax listed at about $20 each, or $100 in modern terms.
You have $100.
And the French name for it is Fatul Dax.
Fatul?
Fatul Dax.
Fatouille.
Fatouille Dax.
Wow.
Monica, would you agree this
Yeah.
is fucking insane?
That's insane.
Dax Armchair.
We got to get one, obviously.
For sure. $20. Who won
no,
it?
100 in modern.
Oh, 100.
Oh, never mind.
I want to contact this museum
I
and just sit
know.
next to it so people can crack
Where
up.
is it?
Toronto.
Oh, we're not going there.
That was the first place I ever went in a hot tub. The Harbor Castle. Family vacation. I read that in
Wow.
bed yesterday morning
Did you
and
cry?
I couldn't. I'm like,
would've
when is it too
cried, I
much?
think.
I'll cry. Maybe I'll cry a bit
You
tonight
cried about
about
everything.
it.
You didn't cry about this.
I was just,
Stunned.
how crazy could it get before you have to go
I know.
like, I don't understand.
I know. That's how I am feeling. Like, yeah, how explicit do they have to be, the sim
That's
engineers?
nuts.
They're begging. I think they want to. I'm getting nervous, though, because Eric says the more we're onto it, they'll start unplugging.
Right. They'll get suspicious of us and start like hampering our speech. I'm shook by that chair.
Yeah.
And I must own it.
You
It doesn't look
must.
terribly comfortable.
No, but we still
I'm not
we
either.
need it in.
What if I just like couldn't ever, no matter what? It's round. I'm round. It has 4 legs. I do too.
Yeah, we need that in here 100%. So this is a ding, ding, ding ish because my favorite podcast, Nobody's Listening, right? With Elizabeth and Andy. Elizabeth loves signs like this. She lost both of her parents when she was quite young. So
Okay.
she often sees them in the universe in
Right.
ways.
They're winking at her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
She loves that. And I like it too.
Mhm.
And that is a sign from the universe.
I know.
It was a sign. It was a sign to like keep going. Like it's all gonna be fine.
Yeah. And it is all fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. I told you this about Laird Hamilton. Gabrielle said that he looks at her. She's like, I love his presence in my life because he's just unflappable, right?
Mm.
And she said that once in a while when she's frazzled, he looks at her and he goes, it's going to be fine. It is fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you did say this.
Yeah.
You
Or
said
it's
this-
going to be okay. It is okay.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's okay.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
I
a
really
good-
love that.
It's a very steadying.
Also, you know, we have a friend who did hypnosis, and I think I've said this before, but I think about it all the time.
Are you the friend in the story? 'Cause remember, you did hypnosis
No, it wasn't me.
in the attic.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Listen to that episode. That was an interesting episode.
Yeah,
I
very.
got hypnotized real time on this show.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, this friend got hypnosis to stop vaping. Part of it is you say, I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. Never again.
I used to do that. I don't do that. Never again.
Yeah.
I hate that sentence.
I love it. I think I think the I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, is strong.
Is so strong. It's like the past, the present, the future all in one thing.
Right. Yes.
But the present is the one that is the most impactful. And it's similar to it is okay.
yes.
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. My thing is to go like, what has been helpful to me is to go like, whatever, when I quit dip or I quit any of the stuff I quit, which is all the time, I go like, oh my God, I want it. I want this so bad. and in 10 minutes I won't.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't help me.
It doesn't. For me,
No.
like knowing it, yes, this is an urge. It'll be passing. And then believe it or not, in 10 minutes, you won't be fighting this.
Yeah.
It is very comforting to me. Because generally when I get that strong compulsion to do something I don't want to do, my brain tells me I'm going to feel that way forever until I do the thing I want to do.
Yeah, but it's tricky because some things
never change.
Some things, I guess, depending on your addiction, some things don't go away. There's something to me about the mantra, if you're really trying to quit something, of just like, not like, I won't want this. Because I think that's a lie for certain things, for certain people and certain addictions. Like, I think it's not like, don't worry, you won't want this soon, because
that's not a reality.
it might not be a reality. It's just like, I used to do that. I don't do that anymore.
I will say
doing
though,
that again.
I don't want to drink.
Yeah.
I really, that is a
And I'm saying
miracle in my
for
life.
you, that's
That's
that
a
works.
miracle.
Yeah.
That I was, as they say in the program, like relieved of the obsession. That was kind of unimaginable the first year.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to fucking, every time I walk by a bar for the rest of my life, I'm going to want to go inside. And I got to talk myself out of not going inside for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But I don't think about it ever.
Yeah.
I could be like surrounded by Jack Daniels bottles and it doesn't even, I'm just like, oh
I
yeah,
know.
just
That
like
is
a wall.
lucky.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's for everyone, though.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
This is a ding, 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 because this is for Nikki, and we do talk about addiction.
I love this episode.
too.
I got to say, I told her, it was like, we have these episodes every now and again.
Yeah.
They really fill my tank up and they make me really, really excited for our job. Not that I ever don't like our job. I always like our job.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm really turbocharged and it really hits me like, no, I love our job.
Yeah.
To get to like have something in your head and then like work through it with the actual human being that we have access to that. And then they're so incredible and fun. Yeah, I let's put a real spring in my step this episode.
Not to brag.
Go ahead and brag.
Not to brag.
That's a sign of really good friends.
You can brag.
I think it is.
Yeah, but not, I mean, I guess the armchairs are my good friends.
Yeah.
I got 2 numbers that week.
Yeah, it was a
And
big week for you.
hers was one of them.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. I played it really cool. And
Too cool.
well, no, because you exchanged numbers.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I didn't. I sat back.
We had right. Oh, yeah. Great. Yeah.
Like as she was leaving, you got her number.
Yeah.
And then I went in the corner during that part.
Peed on our tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
It's a little animal you are.
and she was like, "Oh God, what's she do?" Okay.
You know, that's a thing she does. It's a good luck thing for us. She does
She does that at the end of every
single one,
episode.
yeah.
And then she reached out to me.
That's wonderful because it quiets any voice in your head that she didn't want to give you your number.
Yeah, I don't.
Because once
I
in a
don't-
while we exchange numbers with the guests.
You do.
Yeah.
I don't like. I will
You've done
never.
like 5 times.
I will never instigate it, ever.
Most of the time I want their number. Like I like
Yeah.
them and I'd love to at some point in my life if I want to say hi to them, I want to be able to do that.
God, this is back to me and you at the bar.
Yeah.
You're just like, give me your number.
Yeah. Because I might want to say hi. I might see you in something and I want to be able to tell you I loved it or whatever it is. But it's perfect for you because you didn't ask for it and then she reached out to you. Yeah. We love her. We love her.
We love her.
We're the number 1 fans.
Yeah, she's so great. She's so great. Okay, a couple little fackies. Gracious loser face.
Gracious loser face.
That's from Friends.
Oh, why did they have to confront that?
Because Joey,
Oh, he's nominated for a daytime drama of soap opera,
Soapy Sudsy.
A sudsy.
And Rachel is teaching him about Gracious Loser.
And did he have I'm guessing he probably had a really preposterous look on his face.
He got actually mad
Oh, he did.
when he lost.
When he lost.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. God, it's a good
I wish
show.
someone would do that. they're on their face and it's not their name and they go, fuck this. Fucking they stand up and walk out. That would be awesome. I feel like some of those people, and some of those people deserve to. Like some of these people have been nominated 15 fucking times in the same category and not one. Oh.
I know.
So stop inviting me.
Exactly. Okay, do they do knee tucks? Yes, a knee tuck, also known as a knee lift, cosmetic procedure that improves the appearance of the knees. They can address loose skin, excess fat, and other signs of aging. Speaking of skin, I did the thing. I haven't done it in so long, but I did the thing you're never supposed to do where I like felt something sort of under the skin, just a tiny bit. And I've been
a hint of a pimple.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's a pimple because it's been there for a long time. It's like under, but it's not a cyst. It feels like I can feel it. More like a pinprick, like a splinter.
Yeah.
And so yesterday I started fucking with it. And now I created a whole issue on my face. And Kristen's hosting the SAG Awards. By the time this comes out, it will have already happened. Also, ding, 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 Nikki, Golden Globes.
Yeah.
And I'm there to help her write her stuff. And so I'll be there. And now I have a whole
Where
thing
is
on my
it?
face. Right here. Yeah, you can see it. It's okay.
No, money.
It's okay. I was just like, why don't we learn these lessons?
No, the face stuff is impossible. I can't tell you how often I'm pushing on something, going, don't do this. This is a mistake. Oh my God, I think I'm almost there. I am going to get it. I'm going to stop doing this. Okay, you're going to finish this and you are not allowed to look in the mirror and start touching this again. Like I go through this madness all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we talked about baby girl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Talk about baby.
Baby girl has two meanings.
Okay.
Baby girl is a slang term used to describe an attractive man, often a celebrity or fictional character. It's a term of endearment that's become popular with Gen Z. Like a lot of people are like Austin Butler is baby girl, Timothy Chalamet is baby girl.
Yeah. We would have said in my era a pretty boy.
Yes, probably correct. Attractive, cute, or vulnerable.
Oh, vulnerable.
Also, it's this sexual dynamic.
Oh.
Based on I don't know if it happened first, but the movie Nicole Kidman, Baby Girl, there's milk. She drinks milk.
Like a kitty
well, she does drink like a cat. And I don't know if it's different from when she also drinks milk because they've made that joke a lot on all these shows. And I fell asleep during like 10 minutes of the movie. So that might have been when she drank the milk.
Yeah, this is like when you fell asleep during, or you shut without a pedal off, or you fell
Took
asleep.
a shower in the middle.
You took a
I took a
shower. Yeah.
We had a recording.
Yeah, I understand.
I had to get to.
You timed it perfectly. You missed my
I
racist.
did. I missed your racist thing. That was
My
probably
racism.
Sim, but that was probably my dad saying, "Go to shower now."
I'll take a quick one.
Yeah. So anyway, baby girl is like a dominant woman being treated as a sub-sexually, like dominant in life.
Yeah.
Being kind of subordinate sexually. I think often to a man who might be subordinate to her in life.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
This is
like
kinky.
Well, yeah, and baby girl, she's the boss and he's the intern.
Oh.
See, I wanted
Taking a
it to be
drink.
hotter and I
it
didn't
wasn't.
find it hot.
What if she was coughed up a hairball? Like she got too into the role
Oh.
that she was hacking and stuff.
I wonder if you'll think it's sexy because I in theory could see it being sexy, but then when I was watching it, I was like, it's not really for me.
I wouldn't like tie me up. No, thank you. Handcuffs. No, thank
Right.
you.
What about, okay, at one time you dated this kind of older model.
Oh,
Were you kind of subordinate there?
No,
Oh.
no, but that was, I would say, more like 2 equals wrestling match.
Interesting. You mean physically or
Yeah, like she
mentally?
was aggressive.
Oh, okay.
I was equally aggressive back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like but there was
It
no
was Nacho
sub-dom.
Libre.
No. She had a wrestling mask on.
Okay. Have you ever?
Been a sub?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Even
think
with.
so. Are you bringing up my molesting?
No. Oh my God. No, I
Oh, the darker the better.
Okay, Okay, so you've never subbed.
No.
You've never been a substitute teacher.
No. Truly no shade to anyone. I've explored everything in my mind.
Right.
I'm like up for anything and everything. So
Yeah.
I would try it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I would try that.
Would
If Kristen's
you-
like, I want to handcuff you and
Yeah.
hit you with a fucking horse whip or whatever, I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, great.
What if she asked you to drink milk out like a cat?
Yeah, great. I would do anything.
Wow.
There's nothing I want to do.
That's fun.
But when I imagine whether I'd be enjoying it or not, it's kind of hard for me to lock in.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
All right,
baby girl.
baby girl.
Okay. What did Taylor Swift, good old Taylor Swift, say to Nikki in response to her apology? Her apology said, I love Taylor Swift. Unfortunately, I am featured in her documentary as part of a montage of asshats saying mean things about her, which is used to explain why she felt the need to escape from the spotlight for a year. It's insanely ironic because anyone who knows me knows I'm obnoxiously obsessed with her and her music. The soundbite was from an interview I did 5 years ago, and I say in such a shitty tone, she's too skinny, it bothers me, all of her model friends, and it's just like, come on. This quote should be used as an example of projection in Psych 101 textbooks. If you're familiar with my, quote, work at all, you know I talk openly about battling some kind of eating disorder for the past 17 years. I was probably feeling fat, again, that's in quotes, feeling fat that day and was jealous. And I was only bothered by her model friends because I'd like to be her friend and I'm not a model.
That's a strong apology.
It is very. Then Taylor said, wow, I appreciate this so much. One of the major themes of the doc is that we have the ability to change our opinions over time, to grow, to learn about ourselves. I'm so sorry to hear that you've struggled with some of the same things I've struggled with. Sending a massive hug.
Oh, that's very sweet.
So-
That's as nice
so
and repairing
kind.
as a fucking thing can be.
Yeah,
Aspirational.
it is.
All right.
All right.
Love you.
Love you.